Hello, and welcome to the RPG Rundown Actual Play. Today, we are going to be playing the MCDM's newest TTRPG, Draw Steel. And we're excited to test it out. This is going to be a learning actual play, so please bear with us, but you feel free to point out all our mistakes in the chat. Jeff
What
is
else
going to
is
take
chat
over.
for?
I know,
You know?
right? Yeah. Chat needs to correct us.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Jeff is going to take over DM skills for this episode, so take it away.
Absolutely. Welcome in. As Seth said, we are doing a playtest of the Draw Steel TTRPG. I will be the GM, or the director, as it is called in this game. And we have a few players here. Seth, go ahead and tell us, what is the name of your character that you're going to be playing? And maybe what class?
Yes, absolutely. So I am using one of the pre-generated characters for this test build of Draw Steel. I am playing as Vorma, who is an orc fury, which
okay.
is a barbarian, essentially.
Yeah.
Got some rage, so... but yeah, gonna be the tank.
Okay, very nice. All right, and Spurg, what are you playing?
I am playing a character named Anthony Connors. I attempted to make my own character a conduit.
Nice. Okay. All right, and Austin, what about you?
My character's name will be Augustus Eugene Wilkins the third.
Excellent.
Do you remember what you just said?
Yes, Augustus Eugene Wilkins the third.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yep.
Augustus.
He is a polder, I think is how you pronounce it. Shadow class.
Okay.
But he may not be portrayed as one, depending how this goes at first.
Does he wear a jacket like that, or no?
Jacket like what?
Like, you're right. I'm sorry. Excellent. All right, then we'll dive. Just leave it at that. We'll dive in. We are going to be playing the Bay of Blackbottom intro adventure. You all are going to be a group of guards or mercenaries that have been hired to be guards on the Revelation. It is a boat, and you are at sea currently. Now, I'll let you decide right now. Do your characters already know each other, or have you all just taken this job for different reasons?
My character has taken this job for different reasons.
Okay.
Or he's on the boat for reasons.
He's on the boat for reasons. Okay. All right.
Well, yeah, I think probably.
Seth, do you know each other?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll say probably not. Probably not. We all just kind of we're hired on for this particular job.
Okay. Yeah, that works for me.
All right. Then you all are on this boat that you've been hired for different reasons. You know that you've been told to work together, but you really don't know each other just yet. As we begin, dawn is just about to break over the ocean. Gentle morning waves cradle and rock the Revelation, and all is quiet save for a few early morning birds and the snoring of the off-duty crew. You're packed like sardines in the crew quarters of the ship, where sailors sleep in disorganized mess. Hammocks, bedrolls moving across the floor without stepping on a body is nearly impossible. Now, Captain Oriole insisted that you lodge with the crew when you signed on as a bodyguard. Though you're on contract, she's treated you exactly like she has the rest of her full-time crew members, with respect and fairness and the occasional razzling. In a few moments, a whistle will sound, and these quarters will be abuzz with the day's shift waking. But this quiet moment, a rarity in the last few days, at sea is yours. So what are you doing in this moment as everyone else is asleep? You three individually off by yourselves have awoken for just a few moments in some silence. Seth, what is your character doing?
Yeah, so Vorma
You can also
is...
at this moment tell us a little bit about what they look like if you'd like.
Sure. That's a good question.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
The viewers can make it up.
So I feel like Vorma is has kind of that prototypical gladiator build. Is probably about
Familiar.
6.5 feet tall. Yes, exactly. About 6.5 feet tall and muscular, and kind of a light brown skin tone for an orc, with just a little, just kind of like casually dressed in the, let's see, I'm trying to see what my stuff is here as well. Just kind of casually dressed, has on, my normal clothing that is appropriate to my class, because I don't know exactly. But yeah, just I'm out on the deck, and I am currently probably towards the front of the ship, and kind of keeping a watchful eye out and about, and then I'll kind of turn and scan the deck every once in a while, maybe spy the two others who are on watch with me, if I can see them. I'm kind of keeping watch up front.
Okay. All right. As you're doing that, Spurg, what do you have going on? Tell us about your character and maybe what you're doing at this moment.
Well, I am a human. I'd forgotten to mention, but fairly average looking. Unimaginatively looks somewhat like me. Maybe a bit longer hair. And one of the first things I'm going to be doing, I guess, is just resetting my armor, because despite being a conduit, I'm armored. So I get that figured out and head out onto the deck and start my guard duty.
Okay. All right. And with that, Austin, what is your character doing?
So you're saying this is the middle of the night on this ship?
Not the middle of the night. This is right before the bell sounds and everyone else is going to be awake. You three
So
have
almost
kind of woken
dawn,
up.
I think.
Almost dawn. Yeah.
And is this private quarters that I'm in, or is this?
No. You are in the where the rest of the crew is. It is incredibly crowded. You probably didn't hardly find a spot by yourself to sleep. You're probably sleeping touching like 3 other crewmen.
He is moving through the crowds, seemingly unnoticed, very average, not wearing anything that's bright, sparkly, or somewhat rainbow, like a jacket. It is kind of just blending in clothing. He's just kind of moving through the crowd, maybe moving to the side of the boat that is looking towards the town. He is nervous, but excited for this adventure.
Okay.
Taking in the sea air. suppose across them. Also, polders are like, what was it, 3.5 feet? They're about 3.5 feet tall, so he would be moving through kind of the crowd.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And as you all are doing that, you all hear a loud whistle, and as the whistle blares, you hear the rising and the groaning and the moving of many men and women as they stand and begin to start their shift for the day as the late night shift is kind of changing out with this early shift, and you're kind of sneaking out at this moment. I'm sorry, Austin, what was your you Augustus? Is that right?
Augustus Eugene Wilkins III.
Of course. Yeah. So yeah, as you're kind of making your way out, about to slip out the door, you hear the bell, and then as you do, you hear the thudding of feet, and as people are getting up, and the morning sounds are happening. As everyone is kind of getting into place, one of the crewmen is pretty high up with the captain. He comes up to you, and he looks at you and he says, all right, we have a job for you real quick. I got a couple over here. Just come quick, all right? And at this point, he's going to kind of grab all three of you. He knows what you look like. You guys don't really fit in.
Okay.
And he's going to pull you over to the side of the boat. And as you look down, you see a middle-aged male elf that has fallen over the side, and you see that his new wife is there on the side, and is kind of frantic at this moment, and panics, and she says, I dropped my ring, and he thought he could get in and get it, but he can't swim well.
Oh, well, whom do you refer to?
I told him, and he got you. So she's referring to the crew.
Where are you? You said that who's looking for the ring? Your ring?
Yes, I dropped my ring in the water, and my husband jumped in after it.
Okay. That was my confusion there.
Yeah.
So where did he jump in at? Is he do we see
they
him?
kind of point. Yeah, you can see him like he is swimming, but the waves are kind of smashing him kind of against the side of the boat, and he's struggling to stay up with the ship's wake.
Okay. So I guess let's see.
I'd like to immediately turn around and look for any rope or life-saving device to throw over.
I would be helping with that, I believe, as well, if there's a way for me to do that.
Absolutely, there is a help. Let's see.
And if alertness comes into play, then as a conduit, I exude a magic aura of awareness.
Okay.
And allies within a couple squares get an edge on alertness. But I'll also be looking. Hopefully they're not hard to find on a boat, though.
Yeah, no, you would. I think you'd pretty easily find some rope around. It, like you said, it's pretty easy to find. I would say in this case, as in the rules says, like if it's going to be a very menial task, you don't even have to roll. You just do it.
Awesome.
So with that, easily you could run and grab some rope, and as you do, you can hear like the shuffle of the crewmen as they're trying to get a raft out to them. They're trying to get like a life-saving raft out to them, but they're being quite slow, and you can see the ship is starting to leave this man behind.
And real quick, what ancestry or race are both of you again?
Orc.
Human.
Human, okay.
Yeah, which I did post some of the official MCDM artwork in the TTRPG channel there, so in Discord.
Oh, nice.
If I find the rope, I say nothing and tie it to the human standing there with us, And then I point to the orc and I just say, I think you should just throw him overboard. And
Ah,
throw him at the guy who's in the water.
throw maybe not, but sure, lower me down to him.
He's ready. Just
Perfect. I was like, all right. And so I say, over the side when you're over the side with you. Then I'll kind of just like leave it to you to like maybe try to go over, and I'll like, wrap the rope around one arm and then hold it with the other as I, start to do the whole like loosen it to belay you down the side of the ship.
Okay. So as you are lowering him down the side of the ship, Augustus, give me an agility check.
how do I do that?
Give me 2d10, and then if you have a modifier to agility. Also, yeah, for anyone watching, this is a 2d10 system. So rather than a d20, it is 2d10.
Okay, 2d10.
Mhm.
Ooh. That is a 4 plus 2.
Okay. All right. With a 6, Spurg, what was your character's name?
Anthony.
Anthony. As you're being lowered down, you're about halfway down. You feel the knots that are holding you in place start to slip and give way. Give me a might test as you grab hold of the rope and try to hold on.
Ooh. A 3 plus 1. Yeah.
And as
Off
those
to a
knots
great start.
give way, you reach up to grab hold, and as you do, the rope out of your hand as you fall backwards, right beside the man in the water, and you find yourself face to face with this elf who is clearly panicking. He is now starting to cling on to you and try to hold on to you for dear life. As he's doing that,
Wait. Okay. Hold on. No, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
you're good. As he's doing that, I'm actually gonna pass it. Seth, what is your character's name again?
Vorma.
Vorma. As you see this take place, and the rope you're holding all of a sudden just gets very light. There's no weight at all. You see the splash next to him, and you see kind of the panic and everything happen. What do you do?
I look down at Augustus. like, guess I gotta throw him in next.
Or lower the rope. See if you can grab a hold of it.
Yeah, like you say that as I'm getting ready to reach for you, because I'm like, oh, okay, I guess we could do that. And so like I'm gonna like coil it a little bit at the end, and then I'm gonna throw it out there.
Okay.
Trying to get it past them. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay. And so as you, Vorma, Augustus, Spurg, what is your character's name?
Anthony.
Oh my gosh! By the end of this, I'll remember someone's name. As this elf is clawing onto you and trying to like stay afloat by holding onto you, you hear the splash of the rope beside you. I would say pretty easily you could reach out and grab it and pull it in. What are you trying to do here with this elf?
I'm gonna try to reach get one arm around him and try to wrap my arm into the rope.
Okay.
To try to have a good grip on both, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So as you do that, give me a presence test. As he's kind of panicking right now. Let's see if if he understands what's happening. If you're able to calm him down.
I also am shouting like, grab onto the rope.
Okay, to have an edge, which will be a +2 to your roll.
That definitely changes the results. I give 8 plus a 2 presence plus the 2 from the edge.
Oh,
so 12.
12, absolutely. And so you're able to kind of grab hold of him and pull him into the rope. And as you do, he looks and he sees the rope and he glances up and like his survival instincts kind of go away for, he quits freaking out for just a moment and he notices what's happening and he kind of regains his composure and he says, thank you. and he like ducks his head down as he realizes he was nearly drowning you as he was trying to save himself. Now, go ahead.
All right. So obviously, I feel them. I feel that they. Vorma.
Vorma.
Yeah.
All right.
Vorma.
Okay. Vorma.
Like shawarma, but Vorma.
Oh, I will remember that now. I love shawarma. Okay.
It's quite delicious.
It is. It's great. Okay, so Vorma, as you pull them up, you're pulling up two, full-size humans. This is your thing. Give me a might test.
All right. So, yeah, I think that I'm going to. Hold on.
I would be helping him.
Sure.
However,
absolutely.
I am small and
Absolutely.
built for agility, not for might.
I am going to kind of focus and kind of get that like, inducing some rage, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
And let's see. So for me,
I think I slap him. Probably. I'm like, pull him up, and then gets him into it.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Here we go. And so like, so let's see. Looks like I gain an edge on might tests.
Okay.
With
Nice.
my
So that is a +2.
So perfect. Would I also have another edge for the assist from?
I'll give it to you just so I can explain what a double edge is.
Okay.
And so in Draw Steel, everything that you do, every test that you take is on a tier system: a tier 1, a tier 2, a tier 3. With a easy test, as kind of what we've been doing right now. Oh, hold on, let me find my numbers real quick. On an easy test, it is 11 or lower is a tier 1, a 12 to 16 a tier 2, and a 17 or higher is a tier 3, and different things happen with those tests. Now, with a double edge, what it does, regardless of what you roll, with a double edge, it automatically bumps you to the next tier. So if you roll low enough that it's a 1, you get a tier 2 result. If it is a tier 2, then you get a tier 3 result with a double edge. So, okay,
Awesome.
make your roll.
Okay, here we go. Well, that is a 12 +2 for my might,
Okay.
+2 for my rage edge.
Mm-hmm.
So 16, and then +2. Well, yeah. I mean, at this point, I think it's a size
You're
it can
into
go.
a tier 3.
Yeah.
You were going to be a tier 3 result either way with that.
Yeah,
So
perfect.
you are at a tier 3 result. So at that point, you grab hold, and both of them are on it, just one-handed, and you just like pull them like about half the length. Then you're able to kind of with another hand just easily just pull them up and
Yeah.
make it
I
look
feel
like
like-
it is completely.
I feel like
effortless.
I feel like I find something, like in the ropes or on the mast, and I like loop the rope around it. That way I can
Mhm.
pull down and like kind of raise them up, like
Okay.
pulley with like a pulley almost.
Right.
That
okay.
way
yeah.
that way they come up over the edge. It's not like the rope's not gonna fray on the edge of the rail.
Right.
Kind of thing.
All right.
So yeah.
And yeah, easily enough, you get both of them pulled up, and as you do, the human female who had said she had lost her ring jumps onto her elf husband, and she says, "Oh, Waves, thank you, thank you. I know we said till death do us part, but that was a little quick." And they hug, and then he smiles as he reaches into his pocket and he pulls her ring out, and he slips it back over her finger.
I give him like one of those big strong claps in the back. Well done. Like knocks him over a little bit.
Yeah, he's like, oh.
drops
Thank
the
you,
ring as
thank
it
you.
goes back over the
He
edge.
spits out a
Just
little bit of
kidding.
water, like as he knocked out of his lungs.
Yeah.
Excellent. And at that point, you guys are kind of standing there together. Lorelei and his actual full name here, if you're wondering, elf name is Waves of Moonlight on a Shore of Glass. That's his name.
Perfect.
They walk away. It's actually a slightly longer name than Augustus's.
It's like
Augustus,
a long name.
Augustus
Yeah.
is insulted that he has a longer name.
Right. And they walk off together, their arms around each other. You can see that Waves is drenched and a little bit embarrassed about how he composed himself, but happy
And
to be back.
they're on the ship with us.
They are. This is a passenger ship. I guess I should have said
okay.
that. This is a passenger
Perfect.
ship. And the reason you all have been hired, you would have known this, is because there have been lots of attacks on ships that are going into Blackwater, or into Blackbottom, I apologize. And so you've been hired basically to be a bodyguard and to protect the ship if there is any form of attack. And so this is a passenger ship, so there are passengers and there are crewmen all about. And at this point, you all kind of are free. Nothing else is really going on. What would you do?
I think I'd take stock of, anything else going on the deck, and I would probably start to coil up the rope, and just to kind of get it out of the way.
Okay. Yeah, easily enough. You get that put away. Are you guys doing anything else?
If I
dry off.
I was gonna say if there's a towel, I'd probably toss it at this human friend of mine because he doesn't know his name yet.
Anthony.
Oh, I was gonna say I know his name, but my character, no one's introduced him. I throw him the towel and go, well, that was well done, Mr. Orc friend.
Oh yes, thank you. Vorma is my name.
Sorry for the slap. I thought it might help. You seem.
Oh yes, it encouraged me quite well.
And well done, Anthony. Is that what I heard?
Yep. That's it.
Fantastic.
Way to just jump in and handle the situation.
Next time,
Slightly
don't let go.
involuntary.
Yeah,
You probably
next time,
shouldn't have
don't let go
untied
of
the
rope.
ropes. Yeah, you probably shouldn't have untied the ropes while you were being lowered. But
I did no such thing.
well, if this happens again, you just hang on to the rope.
Yeah, I'll definitely be less trusting of knots.
That's okay. I'll just make sure none of the other passengers get too close to the edge. Is there anyone else on board, like up here with us? If there is, and there's one even like 5 feet from the edge, I'll be like, get away from the edge.
Back away.
Yeah. There's a couple kids over there, 12, 13, and they're like picking up like broken pieces of wood and stuff and trying to throw them off over the edge.
Yeah, I definitely scare them.
Yeah, and they're like, and they take off like running. Like one of them's crying. You can hear as he runs away.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm perfectly okay with it. I've done my job. I've kept them safe.
Nice. All right. As you guys go about the day, it's a pretty uneventful day. Not a lot goes on. There's the movement of passengers, the movement of crew members, and as you're around, that you're kind of treated like crew. And so sometimes they'll ask you to carry something or help them tie off a knot and just do some menial tasks. As the day passes and it's getting more into the night, Captain Oriole, she comes up to you and she kind of finds you all together again, and she says, "Oh, friends, one of our one of our rich passengers," as she just quits trying to like fart around it, is very excited that it is a beautiful open night and there is going to be some form of comet show, aliens, anyway, there's something happening in the sky. He's very excited about it. He has lots of money, right? So he wants some form of feast to celebrate for everyone on board, and I know it might be outside of your normal skill sets, but could you please help in the kitchen and get things squared away in there for this? Yes, for this dude. This guy. Thank you. And she walks away. Like and
Okay, hang
I guess we have to help this guy.
and
No, it's not.
you guys have at this point have kind of familiarized yourself with the ship, and you know pretty much where the kitchen is and stuff. And I would say as you go in there, you would see that there are like 4 crew members that are like slammed to the brim trying to get stuff done because all of a sudden they're having to cook up a feast for the entire ship because this guy really wants to make like a really big deal out of it. And so as you all are in there and helping out, is there anything any skills that your character would have that would benefit in this test?
Let's see.
So wants to make a nice meal. Is that what you're saying?
Nice meal, and there is a decent amount of supplies. There's fresh vegetables, fresh fruit. There's a little bit of meat. There's some dried goods, some rice, and things like that. Your normal ship foods. Not a lot of elaborate foods, but enough to probably make something nice out of.
Sorry, I'm looking over my skills list here.
No, but he's probably good with knives. If needs to cut up some things, some vegetables quickly, some meats.
Okay, yeah, I'd say that would be useful here. As you walk in, you could, kind of just suggest that you're pretty good with knives, and one of the crew would grab you a barrel, a small like half barrel of potatoes, and he throws them up on the counter, and he's like, "Dice those."
How thin?
Diced.
Just
Shoot,
like completely.
I shout from.
Is this like? What is he?
I shout from the other side, Julian. I'm like, any more? I'm really good at carrying some supplies. If you need me to carry anything, I'll go fetch any more supplies.
Okay. And he says, wait. And then he goes and he grabs a few of the like already kind of cooked and prepared like platters of like, mixed vegetables and fruit and such. And he kind of brings them over and hands them over to you.
Okay.
All right. With that, since you are cutting, Augustus, give me I guess, agility check.
6. I rolled the exact same numbers.
Did you really?
Let me just check this real quick. See if they always roll the same
Make sure
numbers.
they're broken. Not broken.
No, that one was worse.
Oh man.
Oh no.
I need new dice. I'm swapping them out.
All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, as a 6, it's okay. You're over there. You're cutting. You're like, you're good with knives, but dicing vegetables is a whole other story. And so you're trying to like focus on the like how good cubes they are, trying to almost make them perfect. And the guy yells over at you, and he's like, "Hurry up, we gotta eat!" And like so you just start kind of cutting fast, and like there's no cubes, there's no rhyme or reason. They're cut potatoes at this point. All right, go and give me a might test as you're just being handed more and more things. You're trying to hold everything like a server, and they're stacking you up with all these things.
Absolutely.
Just checking these other dice. These other dice aren't good.
Oh,
Guys.
Well, that would be a 4.
Okay, yeah, and
it's probably more of an agility thing, and I'm like strong arming these like.
Right, you're like holding them up, you're
plates.
like stack them, and then like you forget that there's also balance involved in that, and so you go to like turn the corner, and like half the plates on your right arm fall off onto the ground, and like everyone turns and looks as they hear the crash of the dishes, and like fruit spreads out all across the floor.
That's fine. I'm like, now that I have your attention.
All right, and what would
I'm trying to yell out, sing, dance for them. Now that you have their attention, Vorma.
Or Spurg, and what would your character be doing to help in this matter?
I do not have any particular skills that seem to be relevant, at least as written as skills. But I would think that I'd have some skill in cooking just from coming from a rural communal culture that a fair share of cooking responsibility would have fallen on me, or at least I would have observed a fair bit.
Okay.
So at least I shouldn't be a stranger to the kitchen.
Right.
But that doesn't. I suppose just my recalling, what my cooking experience is probably my best bet in being of assistance.
So yeah, as the other guys have got given different jobs, they just hand you a frying pan, just a single frying pan, and like a bucket of butter and some fish. And give me a reason check as you try to recall the best way to prepare this fish.
Nice.
12.
Okay, a 12.
12
And it all comes back to you. You grab one of the fillet knives and you fillet the top off, and you get into a little bit of the meat. You probably leave a couple bones in there by accident, but you throw it on there with some nice butter. You grab some of the seasonings and the spices, and you feel pretty good about the fish that you fried up for the for the party that's going on here. And finally, you all come to an end, and you've been in here working on this feast for well over 2 hours. And as you all finally get to kind of walk out, you walk out and to a kind of cool night on the sea. And as you look up, as promised, the sky above is just beautiful and clear, and the stars are all out. You hear a couple people kind of murmur about, is the food a little bit bland to you? I think there's a rock in this, right? But everyone for the most part seems to be enjoying themselves. And as you look out, you kind of come and stand against the edge of the ship and look up, and you see the comets flying in different directions, just streaks of light in the sky. As you're standing there, and as you're able to watch for just a few minutes, is there anything you do or say as this moment's happening?
I'm like, whew, man. Glad that's over.
I am looking up in awe at the comet.
I kind of stare up at the comet, but I'm also looking down at the knives too.
Staring up and looking
pondering.
Down.
I probably look at the comet
Okay.
as I'm still holding the knives from dicing the potatoes.
Okay.
Then I look back down at the knives and just kind of grip them tightly. So I stow them, and then maybe checking that I have mine still on me.
Okay. And you do. And as you're watching this, my two taller individuals, you feel the weight of a body kind of come across you as two arms. An arm goes across each of you, and he looks up, and you glance over to see a very well groomed human. He has kind of white graying hairs that's kind of slicked back with a small goatee, and he looks over at you guys, and he says, "Did you know this event hasn't happened in over 200 years?
Oh,
Quite incredible."
a dinner?
He doesn't laugh. He says, "No, the comet."
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, that's very interesting. I finally look up at it because I've been like looking around at like the plates that I had like dropped and like kicked over somewhere where no one could see them. I was like making sure no one had found them yet. So yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, that's very, very impressive.
And as he's standing there with you, you guys hear the kind of footsteps of a few others come up, and you can tell this is a guy that people kind of follow around. And he finally lets go of you, and he steps back and he says, "Oh, I just wanted to thank you all for everything you did. My name is Sir Percival. I do appreciate all the work you put in. I know this isn't exactly your job. Captain Oriel told me how forthcoming you were with your skills. Thank you. I did offer, just so it to be noted, that I would even pay if they needed to pull more food out of the cargo hold. I said it was all just textiles down there or something. You hear kind of some murmuring, and one of the other pastors like, textiles? I heard the captain told me it was spices down there. No, I'm pretty certain. Pretty certain they said textiles. Anyway, it's quite a night. Have another chance like this again in your life to see this comet. So enjoy, and thank you all. I will make sure that I give Captain Oriel a special tip for all three of you.
Oh, well,
With that, he
thank
kind
you.
of claps you on the back and gives you a nod. And someone's holding his drink, and so he takes his drink from him and walks away. With that, there's still, plenty of people. The comet kind of is sort of disappearing from view, and so a lot of people start kind of going in from the night. Do you all do anything?
Well, I mean, did anyone find it odd that there's just a bunch of, what did he say? Textiles?
Textiles are what we're hauling. This is passenger ship, right? Like I guess are we carrying a fair bit of cargo too, for trade?
I don't know. I haven't looked down there. Or spices, I guess, if someone else is to be believed.
How long have we been on this ship?
At this point, you've been on the ship 3 days.
Okay, I think my character probably would have searched just about every nook and cranny in general.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll a check for if he went down there and knows what's down there?
Give me... I will say, without a roll, that your character did go down there, probably the previous night. And you went out there pretty late at night expecting it to be completely empty. And as you walked up to the cargo hold, there were 2 guards in front of the doors. And they kindly but firmly asked you to leave.
I'll relay that information. Well, I'm not sure what's down there, but there was 2 guards guarding. Didn't seem
Guarding
like
some
something...
textiles? Or spices?
Yeah, I was pretty intrigued by it, but wasn't able to get in.
That seems a little weird. Is it like gold fabric?
I couldn't see. They guarded the door. And I'm not able to see through doors.
Ugh, that's unfortunate. If only you had the skill that I had.
You?
No, I just wish you had the skill that I had.
Oh. And that would be?
Well, convincing the guards to let us through, of course.
Well, we can go back.
Well, I mean, why not?
Well,
Or
I can tell.
I can definitely maybe regale the guards with one of my more heroic battles in the arenas of, as I was a gladiator before. Maybe you can sneak a peek in there while I'm doing that.
Well, I know of your strength and your might already, and but you, Anthony, what is it that you can contribute?
Oh. Looking through my character sheet to figure out my skill set here.
Because we are learning.
Yeah.
I will tell you, one of my careers. So my career was a gladiator, and I had a heckler that basically gave me a hard time about just doing this for sport, and so I decided to begin a hero's life. But I am known as a monologue champion. I have great monologues.
Oh no.
Excellent.
Oh no.
Can't wait for this.
But what that means from a mechanical standpoint is that if I am monologuing to anyone within 10 feet of me who hears it, then any allies will gain an edge on not being seen by or not drawing notice to them. So
Okay.
Ah.
All right. Interesting. Okay.
So what I'm trying to get at is like I can tell that or if these classes are well known in society, I can tell that he is a fury, or at least aspiring to be one.
Mm-hmm.
He's already mentioned from a gladiator, so I know that he can fight. What I'm trying to get at is Anthony a commoner, or does he have something to
indicate that he is more than a commoner?
You all have been hired as bodyguards and were probably highly recommended to Captain Oriole. She has relayed to you that that it's very important that the ship is guarded, that there is, it's very common for ships to get attacked. In fact, there's a lot less traffic into Blackbottom than there ever has been because of all the attacks and things that happen. So you would assume if you're a guard on this ship, a bodyguard on this ship, then probably capable of a fight.
I came from a background where I worked in a small town, learned some blacksmithing, other laboring jobs around the town as I was needed. But yeah, I could help to distract, but yeah, where I come from isn't all that interesting. It's just it was a lovely home life until there was a disaster of an undetermined origin because I haven't put that much thought into the character yet.
and he says this?
No. Until insert disaster here. And it's
Oh,
like
that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear such a disaster
and
that happened.
Yeah, that's when I felt the calling to serve the gods, and yeah, that led me here. But not a terribly interesting story in my opinion.
Well,
what do you say we take a peek?
Yeah, let's see if we can. Why don't we go down, and I'll be beginning a wonderful story, and I'll be telling it to Anthony here, and I'll make sure that they can hear me, and see if you can't sneak in there. Maybe sneak around behind them to the cargo door.
Will do. Let's try it.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
Also, why do I have to be the one that sneaks? What is it? Why not Anthony here?
Well, I mean, he's got all that armor on. It's not very sneaky.
Yeah,
I
I'm
hit his armor to make a sound.
I'm just assuming just because I'm a polder that I'm
You're
sneaky?
a polder?
Well, he's pretty clearly a polder. Like he's 3 foot. They look way different.
No, I'm trying to be like, oh, you're a polder? I didn't notice. I don't see height. So
there's many polders who are great champions that wear heavy armor, and mages and chefs.
Well, you had those.
You
two
just
fancy
assume because we
daggers.
have the ability to meld into our surrounding that I might be good at sneaking.
You said it, not me.
He just shakes his head. Note in the description it says polders sometimes get offended when they or like for the character.
Perfect.
Oh, that's great. Okay, well, after that, after you go off on your own monologue, you finally lead the way that you recall getting to the hold. You make your way kind of through the interior of the ship until you come to the bottom layer, bottom floor, and right around the corner there's a couple steps that leads down, and there's a door that's where the guards are going to be. But right now you are out of eye shot of the turn to get through there. You're also probably out of earshot. What's your plan? What are you going to do?
I'll just tell Anthony. I'll say, all right, just follow along, like come along with me, like we're just going on a leisurely stroll, and then I'll start regaling you loudly what the one of my many great battles, and it will be enough to enthrall them, and so we'll make way for our friend to try to get around to the door and take a look.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm trying to make sure. About polders really quick.
Okay, you're good. I'll say, as you do that, you guys go ahead and walk and talk?
Yeah, so we'll just walk in. Hold on one second.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'll kind of like guide Anthony around the corner to where we're, clearly visible, and start just kind of walking that way, and I'll be like, and then I entered the arena, and I had my, we had special weapons for the arena, and I had a trusty axe in one hand and a sword in the other, and we walked in, and they released 2 tigers, and, I thought that was going to be an easy one, and I just start rambling into this epic story.
And in the middle of that, you hear a wait. Not allowed past this point.
I was like, oh, that's fine, friend. We'll just join you down here for a little bit. We just needed to stretch our legs. And I just continue launching into this monologue about this great battle with some tigers and other gladiators.
And he looks over at the other guard, and the other guard kind of shrugs. Give me a reason check.
Could
or
it
if you have
be
a skill
presence? Because
presence. Sorry, presence.
okay,
What I meant to say,
okay,
actually.
yeah. I was say because my reasoning is not good, but
No,
as
presence
a
is what I meant to say.
And
I
as
was
a
gonna ask if you had any
monologuer,
skills
my
that would
presence
benefit
is definitely good. Yes, so I am skilled in performance, so we'll say that's it.
Okay. You are skilled in performance.
Yes.
So that gives you a bonus.
Okay.
That I don't recall what it is right now.
I was gonna say because I have a +2 in presence, and then I have the dot on the performance, or on the brag. Actually, I'll use brag.
Okay.
Okay. So hold on. Let me see if it says anything about that.
You get a +2 bonus for any skill that you can to the skill that you can
Okay.
use. And the way skills work, interestingly, if you have a skill that you could creatively figure out how to add to a check, you can do so. You just have to be able to explain it to the DM how you would use it.
Okay. So I'm bragging, and this is brag. So so is it +2 for presence and +2 for
Correct.
the skill?
Yep.
Okay.
You get to add
awesome.
your
So
skill
+4.
onto that presence. Yep.
Okay. Then I guess would it also be I don't know, like would it be a stretch to have another like an edge from
Your monologue ability?
No. I was trying to think
From
because I
having
feel like
Anthony
that
with you, or-
having Anthony with me, I guess, would be the
Anthony, are you going to do anything to kind of draw their attention and help as he tells his story?
And I'm going to try to, on that, not just act engaged, but like actually be engaged and be interested in the story. And
asking
like I'm going
questions,
to what?
like asking questions and stuff about.
Yeah, and
Okay,
I'm while I'm trying to be actually interested in the story, like I am putting a focus on trying to be like invitingly engaging, uh, like not just a nod and go on, but so something that invites the attention.
Of
Okay.
the guards as well. Nice. Yes.
So I'm going to try to contribute my own presence.
Okay. Yeah, so I will say that that will give you an edge in your test. So go and give me.
That would just be a plus
presence.
2. Another
Yeah,
plus
it
2.
still goes as a plus 2. The skill, like having a skill and an edge, doesn't make it a double edge. You just get to basically
exactly,
add +4.
exactly.
Yeah.
But that'll give me plus 6.
+6 to your rolls.
So,
Yeah.
Well, that is a 7 and a 3 plus 6 is a 16.
Excellent. And so you notice as he looks over to his other guard and he kind of questions, and the other one kind of shrugs, and you see as he kind of leans back against the wall there, that he's kind of listening to your tale. You can tell these guys have been standing down here for a while. They probably only been able to talk to each other, so they're ready to listen to your story.
Yeah.
So the way that I'm going to do this is as Augustus begins to make his way, I'm going to need you to give me an agility check. And if you have any like sneak or any kind of skill that would add to that, you can do so. And I'm actually going to give you an edge for them. He already gets an edge, right? Because of your ability.
Yes, he gets an edge
Okay.
because of my ability.
Yeah. So you will get an edge.
I don't
and then
see a sneak skill in general anywhere.
So on your character sheet, all down at the bottom, I think it's under. Where does it? It's under intrigue skills. Next
hide?
to last skill.
Maybe hide.
Oh, okay. There's sneak and there's hot. There's actually sneak down there, right?
I do have. Yes, I do have sneak.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so that would give you a +2. Then
And then his
agility.
monologue is another +2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and can you describe where
And
they're
another
at
plus
and
2
their
if-
surroundings?
Do you have any plus on an agility?
On
Is that-
agility.
I do. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, that's.
Or hold on.
So,
I
yeah.
guess that would be intrigue though. It wouldn't be. Oh no, yeah, agility. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So so at this point, the guards were like originally both on both sides of the door, just standing there, and your friends have walked up, and they're kind of on the right-hand side of the door, and they're kind of telling the story. And so the guard that was on the left is just kind of shifted it that way, but the guard that was on the right side of the door is actually taking a couple steps forward so that he's able to kind of see and not have to stand so far away. So you actually, you probably have a path behind him if you could make it. But it's like a 3-foot gap between him and
Is
the
there
door.
anything that I can do? Can I go around the side of the boat so I can, or is there something in the rafters that I can go across? Is there?
There is rafters, but otherwise, it's a walled hallway that goes straight to this door that opens. It's a very small, like once you kind of turn the corner, it's pretty
So
thin.
there's not like any other boxes or anything down here.
No, not really.
Okay.
So if I can go across the rafters, and if it's a tight beam, could I use gymnastics as well?
Sure. Yeah. I'll go to as you go through the rafters and use gymnastics.
So I have a gymnastic skill, the sneak skill, the monologue, and agility. Correct?
Correct.
So that is a.
Okay, yeah. So you're using the skill. I don't think. Hold on. I don't think you can use 2 skills. I could be wrong. Let me read.
If not, I just use sneak, whichever one is. Actually, so there's a door behind them, right?
Right. Yeah.
Is there a wall along that leads into it? Like, is there a wall that you can clearly tell leads into the room if it was just on the other side of it?
I'm not
Like,
sure. I'm not sure I understand.
is this a door at the end of a hallway?
It is a door at the end of the hallway. Yeah.
So along the hallway, there is no other. There's not a wall that leads into on the other side of the
Right.
wall. Is the
I guess
same
like
room.
calling it a hallway is probably not the best. Like it's like you come down from the side, and as you turn the corner, there's about 10 feet before you get to the door. So it's just kind of an opening, and the door's
Okay.
at there's a wall, and there's a door in the middle of the wall
Okay.
at the back.
Um, and there's a guard on the right side of the door that is a little bit more forward that I could probably sneak
Yeah, yeah.
behind.
He's kind of stepped and he's kind of turned toward so that he can hear Velma's story. What is your name?
Vorma, like
Vorma,
shawarma.
not Velma. That's Scooby Doo.
That is not. That is not.
So
I am
Should
not.
not have named yourself so close to Scooby Doo. All right.
I will roll. For flavor, I think it's cooler that he's going across the rafter, across the top.
Yeah, I like it.
For gymnastics, so that is still +6 total. Come
Yes,
on, don't
yeah.
fail me, dice. Finally, that is a 18. It's a 12 + 6.
Nice. Okay. So with that, you easily succeed. Would you like to tell us how you do so?
Oh yes, I have quietly climbed up to the rafters above, and I am very swiftly and moving along a beam that's going, and even maybe Anthony or someone might catch the eye. You see me taking steps, but it makes no creaks, no sounds, as he lowers himself very slowly down behind them. They can clearly see me. Like my friends can clearly see me as I'm behind the guards. And then as I'm in front of the door, I'm not even going to try the handle, and I'm not even going to open it. I am just going to place my hands on the wall, and I'm going to use my cult victim complication. And once per turn, I can move through a solid mundane object, no more than 1 square thick.
Okay.
If you end your turn on the inside of the object, you take 5 damage and are shunted into the space where you entered the object.
Nice. Okay. And so you're telling this story, Vorma, as you're like telling the story, really getting into it. You see him kind of drop down, and a little bit of panic sets in as you think he's going to thud behind them, but absolutely silent. And then you see as he turns toward the door, and then just right through the door. And you continue with your story. Now,
he
go
might
ahead.
also notice he's now wearing like hood shaded mask, like he might have as he turns into this very, very more cunning, secretive. He has a mask. I want him to wear a mask when he's getting into the zone. Yeah.
Like it.
Okay, yeah. Nice. And so, like, I think in your head, you're kind of like, you are sneaky. And then he just through the door. Now, that you are inside of the hold, as you look around, you see crates on top of crates. There's some barrels, a few different things. What are you going to do inside there?
I'm going to assess my surroundings to see if anyone is in here before I go and search the barrels.
Okay. No, as you look around, doesn't seem to be anyone in there.
Okay.
You can hear behind you the talking. You can still hear Vorm as he tells his story. But you don't see anyone.
I'm going to go much deeper in so that if I were to try to open one of the barrels and it makes a sound, the guards wouldn't hear it.
Okay. Give me a...
I'm in
reason
like full,
test.
Big, loud, explanation right now for sure.
All right. As you kind of hear him going out there, and like you can hear like he's loud. It's gonna kind of be hard
Doing
to
some lion,
heard.
or some tiger roars, kind of all sorts of good stuff.
What would those sound like? If we just had to visualize it.
Oh, my mic won't pick it up. It'll cut it out.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense. All right. Okay. So. Yeah. All right. So Augustus, while you're in there, give me a reason test.
Oh yeah, I'm great at these. I'm not great at these.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if I have a skill that goes along with this, and I do not. reason it is.
Okay.
Oh, so not great. An 8.
Okay, so with an 8, as you go, you're able to kind of lift the tops off of some of the barrels, and as you lift the top off, you find just a bunch of apples. You notice they smell kind of funny, but best you can tell, it's just a normal apple.
I'm going to search the apple barrel, and then I'm going to take a few apples.
Okay. How do you search it?
Oh gosh, oh no. I'm going to peer inside of it since it has a strange smell a little bit. I'm not jumping in the barrel myself. And I'm going to kind of move a few apples around, seeing if there's anything else underneath those apples.
Okay. As you're kind of moving the apples, you find that the barrel, it is only filled about halfway with apples, and then there's a wooden wood basically that stops where the apples are.
I then take out all the apples and I try to open up the hidden compartment.
Okay. I would say, as you remove these apples, and you pull open the hidden compartment, you find where the smell comes from. As you pull the top off, black dust just kind of pops up with the wind, with the wind of you removing it, and you get that awful smell in your nostrils. You are fairly certain this is a barrel of black powder.
I immediately put out my pipe I was smoking during this. I'm just kidding.
Stealth, your stealth pipe.
Your
Stealth pipe. I realize, and I just kind of look around and assess that if all of these are this is if there should be any sort of fire, this is a massive explosion.
And as you are looking around at this moment, a commotion sounds from above you, from the deck. And you all on the outside, you hear 3 dull thuds. Thum, thum, thum. And then you hear a scream that rings out, "Fire!" And the 2 guards that are there with you, he looks, he's like, you're telling the story about you being a gladiator, and he's like, go, go.
I'm like, yes, absolutely. And I take off running for the top.
No, I follow.
Okay. So, Augustus, what do you do?
What's above me? Like through there's a floor.
There is a floor above you, and you can hear the thuds coming from above you. You are kind of like at the bottom of the ship. There's probably a name for it that I don't know, but you're there.
So if I'm at the bottom of the ship, I mean that part's somewhat underwater, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's just a floor above me. Does it sound like the guards ran away, or are they still on the other side of the door?
You heard a bunch of footsteps that ran away, but as you kind of listen in, you can hear that the guards are still there, and they're kind of arguing about what to do. But Oriel said to stay with the hold. But if the ship's under attack, we should go. But we have to stay with the hold.
I have. I'm going to stand near the entrance of the door and acting quick and swiftly, Augustus Eugene Wilkins III
Mm-hmm.
decides to push over a barrel near the entrance, and then immediately he's going to polder shadow meld into the door, next to the door.
Mm-hmm.
So as if they were to run into the room and check out what happens, they will not see him. He is a complete shadow.
Nice. Okay. And yeah, absolutely. I was you shove it over and it. Very nice. Very, very nice. And as you hear the scuffle, you're gone. Now, as they rush into the room to see what happens, what do you do?
When they run past, I come back and sneak out the door.
Okay. And so, with that, you sneak up to the top, and you kind of reach the top, and you run up, kind of standing beside. You're at the top of now the top floor of the ship. And you're standing actually here beside Vorma and Anthony, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Vorma and Anthony. And as you look up, you see that another ship sails extremely close to the Revelation. Its crew, you see, gleefully loading up yet another ballista with flaming bolts. 3 bolts have already went. Those were the thuds you heard as they stuck into the hull of the ship right around the waterline. Wooden planks kind of smolder as you guys can see
how
smoke coming up.
stuck is this flaming bolt?
I would say actually where you're at, you really can't see it. I'm just giving you a description. You actually see the
okay.
smoke coming up from around the water line of the boat. But you can, from the top of the ship, you can see the smoke.
So it's not like on the top deck.
Right. No.
It's like on the
it's
side
down,
of the ship.
Yeah, it's in the side of the ship. Yeah.
Dang, I was gonna use that as a heavy weapon. A flaming
That
bolt.
would have been cool. That would have been cool. Very true. But no, you just got to see the smoke as the wood is smoldering under there. The other ships.
What else is going on the deck? Is anybody else doing anything?
I mean, absolutely. At this point, most of the civilians have ran indoors, finding their rooms and such. Most of the crew also has kind of ran away. As you look around, you realize the other ship has a black sail that's blowing in the wind, and you see and can tell that these are pirates, the ones you've been warned about, and they are here to cause trouble. As you come to this realization, you see 2 gangplanks lower down onto this ship, and
I'm shouting like
raiders.
Yeah, I'm like rebel borders. I'm like
Ready? Yeah, absolutely.
I'm ready for it. I'm like clap my hands really loud and then like rah, then like I'm ready to go. So
absolutely. All right. So I do have a map.
Perfect.
As they have made their way onto the boat, let me get you guys some tokens on here real quick. You guys have come up right here. There we go. You guys have come up right here, and as you glance around, you see many pirates have boarded and ran across the ship. There is a few civilians still around, but most have ran away. But you do notice there are 4 civilians. Just for your guys' reference, anyone in red is an enemy. Anyone in gray is a civilian. And for the most part, you guys are blue, except Spurg's token that I had from another game he ran with me. So, but it still kind of matches.
Perfect.
So the way initiative works, the way that combat works in Draw Steel, is I will have one of you roll 2d. Hold on. Let me make sure I have this part right. Oh, actually, it's in the cheat sheet.
Where's that cheat sheet located again?
I put it in the TTRPG chat in the Discord.
Okay, so yes,
it says it's called "How to Look Good While Playing Draw Steel."
Yeah, exactly. So what I need to happen here is I'm going to go ahead and have Seth roll me 1d10. If it is 6 plus, you get to go first. One of the people on your team get to go first.
Okay. You said 1d10.
1d10. Yep.
Do I get a plus for anything?
Nope. It is just a straight roll.
Okay. 5.
5. Oh, it's so close. So yes, and the way initiative works here is it's just gonna go kind of back and forth. Now I have captains and minions here, and so they will go pretty much as a group, and then you will go kind of in between, and so that will even it out. All right. So the first thing that's going to happen is as you all come aboard, the brawler that is standing here is going to immediately rush the biggest and strongest you have, which of course is going to be Vorma. And he is going to rush up. Let's see. And just with two hands, he is going to run up and throw a big punch at you, and that will be 4 points of damage as he comes in and lands a punch on you as soon as you run out.
Okay. Now, I had already said that I raged. Do I go ahead and get the benefit of that?
I'll give it to you. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm doing this rage correctly too.
How do I know how much is stamina? What the cost is?
Stamina is like your health essentially. So it's not like HP. Stamina is like when you run out of HP, you enter into like dying
He's
mode.
asking though because we have abilities that have a cost.
Oh, I see. Okay.
What are those?
Too, so that's what I was trying to
find.
How do you,
what is the cost? What is it?
What resource are we using it from?
Yeah, I remember it saying insight at some point when I was reading through it, but I don't know how much insight I have. It's not recoveries. Recoveries is when you're dying.
Right. Stamina is our health. Hold on one second. Oh, here we go.
The resources are specific per class.
Are they? Okay, I was going to say, I have not read up as much on the individual characters as I was doing the DM side, and I was trying to take in most of that.
So the shadow...
I see somewhere that I have points. It's under my career.
Let's see.
Are the points what the cost is?
No, so insight is your heroic resource.
And where do I see where that is on my...
let's see. Inside of combat. Okay, so outside of combat, you have insight equal to your victories. Inside of combat, you keep that insight and gain 2 per turn.
So... do I have 0 victories currently?
Yes, you would currently have 0 victories. Victories come with every combat encounter 1, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's 2 per turn, and also 1 whenever you get a tier 3 result from an attack.
No, that's his resource, not the victories, though, right?
Right. That's the resource, and so the cost uses the insight resource.
Did you get your resource figured out?
Yeah, so it says at the start of each... Well, okay. At the start of each of your turns during combat, you gain 1d3 rage.
Okay.
So since I said I raged right before, I will roll a d3, which is a d6.
Okay.
So for those of you that are also watching at home, besides d10s, this game sometimes uses d6s, and then sometimes uses d3s, which is a d6 where you just take like 1 and 2, 2 or 3 and 4, 4 and 5 as a result. Hold on, this is page 54.
Okay.
Although I don't remember if that's exactly what it says. Let's see. Types of power rolls. I just need, what does it say about the dice? I want to make sure that
Are you talking about the D3?
Yeah, the D3. It is 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think a 1 and a 2 is a 1, and a
Okay.
3 and 4 is a 2.
Yeah. Perfect.
5 and
Okay.
6.
Okay. Oh, well, I got a 6, so I have 3 rage already.
All right, nice. All right, 3 rage.
So
Okay.
I will keep track of that with something.
Okay.
1 second.
You're good.
Actually, you know what? Since we're not using it, I'm going to use a D20 to show my rage.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I will let you guys know since we're playtesting. It did say in the rules some groups really like to know about villain powers, some don't, and so it's up to the DM to kind of judge their group. The way villain power works is probably very similar to your heroic resources. My villains, I get a cumulative pool of villain powers based on basically how long the combat goes. So for every round of combat, I get 1 villain power for however many heroes there are. And since there's 3 of you, I am starting this with 3 villain power. And so each round it'll go up until I spend it.
Interesting. So it scales with the player
party
count.
size. Yeah, yeah, man. And I run an in-person game with like 12 people.
Oh, dear.
That'd be a lot to keep up with.
Yeah. Okay. No, this is good. This is good. So since I have 3, that means that so in growing rage on my character sheet, it says you gain certain benefits in combat based on the amount of rage you have. The benefits from your growing rage lasts until the end of your turn, even if a benefit would become unavailable to you because of the amount of rage you spend during your turn. These benefits are cumulative. Wait, say again. The benefits from your growing rage last until the end of your turn. Oh, even if you spent them. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. So.
All right. So technically, your turn hasn't started yet. It's still
Right.
enemy's turn.
I'm just, but because
Figure
I
it out, yeah.
have, but because I have rage up, there's basically I get a different ability at 2 rage, 4 rage, and 6 rage. So if I start, so if I'm stockpiling rage before I spend it, then I can like, hold on, let's see. Growing rage, end of your turn. At the start of each of your turns, you gain 1d3 rage. So does that mean that I am... Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Gaining... Does that mean that I'm getting that much to spend every new turn? So like if I have 3 now, and then I roll a d3 the next turn, then I have 3 plus whatever I roll the next time?
I guess, but you have to spend it, right? Like if you wanted to do something, you would spend it.
Unless there's unless I'm using a free action, which like...
Yeah, so I would say so, and then like each turn you would... I assume, did it say like each turn you roll a d3?
So I have, yes, at the beginning of each turn, roll 1d3.
Okay.
So
yeah,
like
so then
I have
if
a
you don't
signature
spend
ability. I have, melee free strikes, which are basically using my, free strikes are like, attack, melee, or weapon. So,
Okay,
so I could do just a strike by itself.
Right.
Or trigger. I have this other thing called a triggered action. And then I've got a heroic ability, 2 heroic abilities, one that costs 3, one that costs... Oh, I also have brutal slam, which is a regular... Like, it doesn't have a cost.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so each turn you'll roll that d3, and you'll get to add that to whatever rage points you have.
Okay.
And then as you spend them, just erase them off, and yeah, I guess they just keep adding up, sort of like my villain points.
Okay, no, that's fine. I have a d20. I'm just going to keep track of it as I...
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's a good idea.
Go. Okay, sounds good. Sorry, continue then. I just wanted to make sure that I understood my
No, you're
resource
good. You're good.
point before we got into it. So.
Yeah. So that's the thing is, anytime we do these play tests, that always gets confusing at combat.
That's right.
Like that's.
But that's why we're here.
That's what happens. Yeah, exactly. So okay, yeah. Brawler runs up and he strikes you for 4 points of damage. He does that as he actually runs to this civilian right here, and so you do get. I think there's something equivalent to an attack of opportunity.
Okay. Let me see here. Hold on.
Let's see.
Because I have things that say that this ability doesn't.
Provoke.
People can't.
opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd assume we have them.
Yeah, I think it's just you get to use a free action, basically, which is you can do your melee or ranged if they move outside of that. Yeah, I can see.
Okay.
just
So
doing a
do we
search
have now? Do we have Hold on.
Mhm.
No, sorry. Okay. So we don't have. Do I have a resistance roll that I have to make or anything?
No, not that I'm aware of. Why, did you say something about it?
Well, no. I'm just trying to figure out like what does rage do for my defense. I guess would be the question.
Oh, okay.
Or does it do anything? It may not do
Does it
anything.
do
in
anything
this
for
game.
defense? Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Sorry.
Okay, you're good.
Oh, I'm a berserker, so I channel my rage into expressions of physical might. I gain the lift skill. All right.
Yeah, so you can use your free triggered action to take an opportunity attack. It has to be melee though. You can
Okay.
use your melee free strike to take an opportunity attack.
Don't I also get one?
Oh yeah, I mean, as he like runs through, I guess all three of you guys would. He's not the most wise. He just seemed like the biggest person there.
What
and
an
he's like,
idiot!
Yeah, absolutely.
and so yeah, everybody go and give me let's roll some attacks. Give me your free strike attack.
Does this take up the
Ooh.
triggered possibility that we can get one triggered action per turn?
Yes,
As long
those
as
will
it
take the
has
place
the-
of your trigger.
Well, if you have a triggered action, as long as it has the trigger, mine doesn't, which is another. It does,
Mine-
but I didn't want to use it.
Yeah, mine is only if. Mine is a trigger for if a target is forced to move. Like if I move a target,
Right.
that's when my triggered action comes into play. So.
Okay, it does say a free triggered action, which I think the wording of being a free triggered action means that it doesn't take away other possibility of triggered actions.
Yeah. No, that's okay. Yeah, I'll just do a regular melee free strike.
Okay.
Now I do get +2. Hold on, let me see what it is on my melee attacks because of my rage. I do get. You gain a bonus to weapon damage equal to your might score, so 2.
Okay.
So is it just a might? 12 plus 2 is 14. I think it stays within the same.
Yeah. So you roll your 2d10.
Yep. And
Plus 2,
then
and should bump you to
so
your-
that's 6 damage, but +2 damage for my rage.
Okay, nice. So 8 points of damage to him. All right. What about you guys?
I rolled a 13, so I did 7 points of damage.
7, nice.
I rolled a 11. But how much damage I do, I'm not sure yet.
11
It would
is
be
tier
a
1.
Tier 1.
So it should
Yeah.
be under melee free strike under your left column.
So since I built my own, I'm not actually looking at a character sheet.
Oh.
I can open the...
I think that it's probably 2 damage. I think all of the free strikes are about the same. Could be wrong.
Mine's more, but I don't know. So let me look at the pre-gen of the conduit. Yes, it is 2.
Okay. So, all right. And you do 2 points of damage?
Oh,
Alright,
there
and
it is. Under standard free strike, like right below the opportunity attacks ruling. There's the standard free strikes rules.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't add my might, so that becomes a 12 actually. So
Okay,
4 6 damage.
6. Okay, nice. Okay, and yeah, as he rushes through, like he rushes through and just punches Vorma in the face, and you guys are able to strike him as he does that. And then as he kind of realizes he's outnumbered, he runs over and he's gonna grab this civilian right here and pull him in front and hold him. And you see as this civilian gets picked up off the ground and is like just being held and like held out as like a human shield in front of this brawler. And as he runs through and does that, you see as the 2 raiders that are with him rush over, and both of them are going to run up to you, Anthony, since you're the closest to them, and they will rush over at you with hand axes in tow and take 2 big swings at you. And I literally rolled whatever the equivalent of a crit is. I rolled 2 10s.
Okay.
And I can't remember what that does.
Does it do anything for the NPCs?
I think it does.
I was just curious.
Yeah,
sometimes
actually, I remember reading and thinking that NPC, like, I don't know necessarily minions, but NPCs and stuff get like some pretty much same benefits that players do. I really didn't expect that to happen.
Okay, so you got a crit, but then can that be countered by imposing a double bane, or is a crit just a crit?
That is what I'm reading. I remember it talking about it. Maybe I put it in my own notes.
I think there in somewhere in the rules was something about like if it's a natural something or other.
Natural 19 or 20. If you power
Yes.
rolls 2d2 10s or a 9 and a 10, the result will automatically be the highest tier. That's what it says. So it just means that you're...
Right. I thought I remember reading something about like damage though, like there's some sort of damage.
When the power roll in your attack lands on it, you can instantly take another action.
Is that
this
the
is on the
rules?
cheat. This is on the cheat sheet.
Oh.
But again, I'm not sure if that counts in in here.
Right, if it counts with like a minion or not.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting. Okay.
Hold on. Critical.
Yeah, I mean, I found the same thing here. When you make a power roll as part of an attack or action and the total is a 19 or 20 before adding your characteristic, you score a critical hit. This allows you to immediately take an additional action after resolving the power roll, whether or not it's your turn and even if you are dazed. Okay.
And
So I
then
guess there's no like direct damage like bonus, but you do
Yeah.
get to just take another action. So that's kind of cool. Okay, then
And,
in that case, what's up?
I would consider using my triggered action, Divine Disruption, which has the ability to impose Bane or even double Bane. But the rules for the natural results say that it's always a tier 3 result, no matter what characteristic is added to the roll. Which to me sounds like even double Bane wouldn't knock it down to a tier 2.
Right, probably not. But as a benefit here, since there's no bonus to the damage, it is a minion. It's only 5 points of damage. He will take another swing at you with it since he did crit. He'll get another action, and that's going to be much lower with 2 points of damage. But then the other raider is also going to take a swing for another 2 points of damage.
Okay,
So 9 points total. Okay, and that will be an... I don't know... Okay, so the way that initiative works for the players is essentially you get to choose who goes next. So it is completely up to you. It's going to be one of you and then enemies, one of you, then enemies, one of you, then enemies.
Okay, well, looking at the... Hold on, let me just make sure that that is correct. Okay, well, I can't find anything about the NPCs special, like if there's like, you know, they can or can't do it, whatever, but okay, so Vorma is going to so when that Berserker
Brawler?
or Brawler.
Mhm.
Yes. So the Brawler has that and is trying to use them as a shield?
Yeah.
Well, can't let them do that. So I am going to move over here. Boom, boom.
Mhm.
And I am going to use Brutal Slam on the
okay.
Brawler. It is one action. Oh, hold on. Is it my turn now, I guess, technically? I would be gaining.
You choose to take it, yeah.
Okay, I rolled a 4. No, sorry. So, 4. So I gained another 2 rage. So I'm at 5. Okay. Which does change a little bit of things for me. You gain a bonus to weapon damage equal to twice your might instead of once your might. If you're at least 2 squares from where you started your turn when you attack, which I am.
Okay.
So, so yes. I am going to use Brutal Slam. I am going to get 2d10 plus 2 for might, and then plus 2 for rage.
Okay.
Because they're cumulative.
Right.
Which gives me an edge on. So plus 4. That would be a 19.
Oh, and that brings it into a critical. Oh no. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
19
that's
or
critical.
20.
19 or 20.
But is it 19? I think it's 19 or 20 without modifiers.
Yeah, it's 19 without modifiers.
Oh, okay, 19 without modifiers. So
yeah,
you're
yeah.
at
With
23.
modifiers, it's 23. So.
Gotcha. Okay. So that is a critical and a tier 3 result.
Yes, 100%. So that is going to be. Well, let's see if they even survive this. But that's 12 damage, plus I push them 6.
Okay. And as you do so, he swings the hostage in front, and they take half the damage. This is an ability he has.
Okay.
So, and which direction are you pushing him?
I'm just gonna push him like straight towards the stairs.
Okay. This way?
Yeah.
Okay. All 6?
Let's see.
I don't know if you can choose or not. I don't know.
It says push
you're allowed
6.
to downgrade.
Targets are
to a
pushed
lower
one at
tier.
a time, starting with the target closest to you. And then let's see. Sorry, because my triggered action also has to do with this, so. The target is forced to move. You can select a new target of the same size or smaller within distance to be forced to move instead. Additionally, you can increase the forced move distance by a number of squares equal to your might score. You can use your primordial strength benefit to make this forced move vertical. Okay. Tell me what you think about this.
Okay.
Since the target was the brawler,
Mm-hmm.
however, I have triggered action, relentless toss.
Right.
Okay. So the target is forced to move because of my ability, which is brutal slam.
Right.
But I can, with the effect of relentless toss, says I can select a new target of the same size or smaller to be forced to move instead.
Sure. Yeah.
So what if I slam into the brawler and then force the civilian to move away from the brawler?
Yeah, I'd say that'd work.
Sweet. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to let's see. I'm going to basically push the civilian over to like right in front of the door. Like that we just came out of.
I think we
So-
came out of this little stairwell,
Yeah.
but
You came out of the stairwell here.
Okay, well,
Or you're referring to this door.
Yeah, like just right there. It's
So
fine.
you kind of grab him and push him back.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's,
Granted, I still do the damage. So
yeah. He
which
still
is,
took half the damage there, but he's all right.
14 damage. Oh, hold on. Oh no, brutal slam was. What was I looking at? I'm sorry. I was looking at my heroic ability on those damage numbers. It was 14 damage, and I pushed 4.
Okay.
So
2, 3, 4. The push is still fine.
yeah.
14. He took half because he was holding him when you did the damage. So okay.
did the brawler take damage? 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The brawler would have taken half damage as well.
Yeah. He would. Yeah.
So-
The brawler takes half damage, and then he's able to use like a human shield to take the other half of the damage.
So, brawler bloodied? Is he pretty beat up?
It wouldn't necessarily be bloodied. It would be in this game. It is winded.
Okay.
Basically, rather than health, we're dealing with like stamina and how worn out you are right before basically the killing blow.
Okay.
But yes, I would say he is winded. He is He is panting. He's looking a little bit rough at this point. He's made his way all the way through you guys. He's been slammed into, had his meat shield taken away. And,
That's right.
yeah, he's not feeling great. All right, is that the end of your turn? In this, you get a move, a maneuver, and an action.
Okay. Well, I moved, and I actioned. Let's see.
And so it says it there, but you can take one action, one maneuver, and movement, or you can take like one additional maneuver or movement in place of your action if you.
Oh,
ever wanted to
right.
do so. Yeah, basically, kind of gives you a way to like dash if you wanted to do like 2 movement instead of an action.
I'm gonna grab the brawler
Grab
as
him.
my maneuver.
Okay.
Where do I see a list of maneuvers, or do you just have that?
It's on the cheat sheet.
It's on the,
Okay.
Okay.
They're in blue in the middle of the
Now,
page.
do you have specific maneuvers also for your person, or no? For your character?
No,
I do.
I do not.
I do have a maneuver.
Okay.
I say I don't, because I have probably the other things.
Right.
But I don't see
okay.
one. I do not see one on my character sheet though. So.
Where do you see the maneuvers on the, oh, never mind. I see it. Okay. And yes,
Hold
there
on.
is very general maneuvers on the cheat sheet you can use. There is aid and attack, grab, escape, grab, hide, knockback, stand up. Are maneuvers that you can that anyone can do.
Well, I have mighty leap.
Mighty leap.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's a maneuver.
Are you Austin? Are yours labeled maneuver?
It says type in the top right.
Okay.
It says, yeah.
Where is it at that you're seeing it? Type.
On his.
Oh,
on
I
his
see it. I
character
see it.
sheet.
Yes. Yeah, I don't even. I mean, like it says I have mighty leap, or mighty leaps. It says you always succeed on might tests made to jump. Oh, never mind. It's like a passive ability, so I can jump and I always succeed.
Okay,
So,
yeah. Like I said, I have your character sheet pulled up as a reference, so yeah, I can see the mighty leaps. No, yeah, I think that's just
okay.
a passive
Never mind.
thing.
Never mind. That's passive. So, yeah. So, no, as a maneuver though, I'm gonna attempt to grab, and because I have the might that I have, I get a +4.
Okay.
I believe. Let me see. Or I have an edge on might test and resistance rolls. Okay, so no, it just. Yeah, just the edge. So.
Okay, you're good.
So just
trying to
just
look up
+2.
how a grab would work.
So there's the maneuver and grab and escaping a grab are all on the cheat sheet.
Oh, are they? Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Details are on page 109 of the full rules.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, so to grab, it is a power roll using might against a creature within reach that is your character size or smaller. Okay, so go ahead and give me a might test.
That would be a 14.
With a
Well,
14.
no, 16 actually.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So your character can grab the target. If you choose to do so, the target can make a melee free strike against your character before the grab condition. So as you reach in to grab, he is going to take a free strike against you.
Well, hold on. Sorry, real quick. That just says before the grab condition ends. I don't think it means that he does it immediately. So much as he's still able to hit
No,
me.
it says before the grab condition starts.
Yeah. It says starts for me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm looking at the cheat sheet, so.
That's what I'm looking at too.
It says your character. No, sorry.
Are you looking at escaping a grab?
Escaping the grab.
Oh, escaping the grab. Sorry.
Like if you look at under grab, it says before it starts. Basically, you succeed, but there's like a negative to it as well.
Sure.
So he is going to take a free strike at you, which is pretty good roll. Tier 2 result, 7 damage.
Okay.
I'm going to intervene on that with the, here I'm going to use my triggered action, Divine Disruption.
Okay.
Distance range 5, which you're within 5.
Well.
The enemy is
3, 4.
the enemy would need to be
5.
within
Yeah,
5.
the enemy's right in 5.
So the trigger is the target makes an attack. I can use the ability after seeing the result of the attack. The attack takes a bane, and the damage to a creature targeted by the attack is reduced by my intuition. So a -2 on the attack roll, and then -2 damage.
Okay. So a -2.
Did it lower it a tier? I guess that's the big question.
It did lower it a tier. So you would have taken 4 damage, but the damage is reduced by 2, right?
Yeah.
So you take 2 points of damage.
They can do 4 damage on their free melee strikes?
The brawler does anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. The minions, no, not so much. But he is like a so. I don't know if it's like this in everything, but at least in this combat encounter, it's all like.
What damage did he do to me last time? Or did he? No, he just ran by.
Yeah, no, he ran up and punched you. He did the 4 damage because of tier 1.
Damage, that's right.
Yeah. So you should be 6 damage at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Does that end your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay.
What does grab do again for them?
Zero movement, and they have a bane on any attack that isn't against you. So you're just basically locked in a fight with him.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, and so now it's your turn. The archers will go as they are kind of standing up on the perimeter. They see as you guys begin fighting.
I didn't even scroll up. So you said archers, and I was like, plural? I only see... Oh, no.
Oh, so you didn't see anything above, like at the top? Okay, all right.
We're in trouble.
So, yes, the archer, seeing that you have grabbed the brawler, they've seen you guys attack the brawler, and now they see you have grabbed him. At least one archer is going to fire an arrow at you. Vorgus?
Yeah,
Vorma. Shawarma the Vorma. Gotcha. All right. That's the only way I'm going to remember it now. Let's see. That will be a tier 1, so you're going to take 2 damage. As an arrow, and it just kind of nicks your shoulders. You're like holding him, and you see the brawler like turn his attention as an arrow just flew by his head, and he knew exactly where it was from. The other archer from behind is actually going to just take a shot directly at the smaller hooded, kind of intimidated figure down there. And is going to fire one at Augustus, and that will be a tier 2 for 5 damage.
Just in case one of the civilians' names is also Augustus, are you talking about Augustus Eugene Wilkins III when you say that?
I absolutely am. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
And that will be an end to their turn as Augustus or Anthony would like to go.
Anthony, you can go. It was a miss. Is what you're saying?
No, it was a hit. There's no misses.
Oh,
5 damage.
5 damage. Yeah. That's great.
Another interesting thing about this game, there is no missing. Everything you do does damage.
Yeah.
I missed the damage part of what you said. So.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Now let me ask this out of character real quick. Did you take any away from said encounter for there only being 3 of us instead of 5?
I did, yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I did adjust. One thing, like, so they talk about it in the rules and stuff. It is intended to be a heroic game. The game wants you as the players to feel like heroes. There's a lot of bad guys on the field. They're very squishy, with the exception to a couple like the captains and such.
Or
the guy you beat up on, yes, he is not
done
squishy.
So much damage.
He is
to
not
that
squishy.
He's very squishy. He's like, we've done 20 points of damage. I don't have a single attack that does that.
No, that guy's not squishy. His minions, Like, there's a possibility that you could strike a minion, and if your damage exceeds the amount of health or stamina that minion has, you can kill multiple minions in one strike.
I'm like take care of the rest of them as I'm like hunting onto this guy.
Yeah, like like if you were like to run up on those raiders and do like whatever their stamina is ×2, you would just swing and cleave both of them in half or knock both of them off the ship or something. Like it's really intended for you to have those big theatric moments because minions are just throwaway things in the game. You guys are just beating up on the only like really strong guy on the boat right now.
That is good to know.
So this is a playtest. I can give that information. In an actual campaign, I probably wouldn't.
It's okay.
You can go ahead. You can go, Anthony.
Okay. So I'm going to, as a maneuver, I'm going to use my healing grace on Vorma. You can spend one of your recoveries.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
What is that? Okay, hold on. I don't remember what that does. Is that basically a die roll?
I believe it's a straight 1/3 of your stamina, max stamina, I think.
No. I see.
My value is +8 next to my recoveries.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's what it is.
I mean, I have 12.
So you have +12?
No. I have 12 and I have +9 stamina.
So it's probably just +9 if you use a recovery. That is the biggest assumption.
We should probably find that out.
That's what I'm reading here. Yeah.
Well, what's your max stamina
equal? Yeah. So
27.
Whenever hero tokens are available, you can spend a hero token on your turn. Or whenever when you do, you regain stamina equal to your recovery value without spending a recovery. So let's see.
So your recovery,
each hero has a limited number of recoveries that they can use to heal themselves. Recoveries are a way to rally and get back some of the energy you lose in battle by taking a breather, accepting a little magical help from a conduit or a troubadour, getting an allied tactician to. Okay, of course your body can only rally so many times before your energy reserves worn out. So when you spend a recovery, you regain stamina equal to your recovery value, which is 1/3 your stamina maximum. And during combat, just going on. You can use catch breath action to regain stamina.
Okay.
Yes, I'm trying to see how many recoveries you get. How many uses of that you get?
Well, it says recoveries, and it says 12, and then it says +9 stamina. Which, no, that's right. 9 is 1/3 of 27.
Right.
So I get +9.
12 uses.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Well, it's because of me though. Right, like it's also because I'm a berserker.
So like, how many do you have, Spurg?
I have 12, 10 from initial. I think that's part of my class, but also 2 from being a human.
Okay. What about you, Austin?
How many recoveries do you have?
How many recoveries do you have?
I have 10.
Okay. Interesting. All right. I mean, that's quite.
But doesn't it take an action to use a recovery?
It does. Take an action,
except he used a heal action to let me use mine. So I get +9 then, I guess, or do I don't have to roll it? It just happens.
Nope. You just get that. You get the +9.
So I'm back to full health or full stamina.
Nice. Okay.
So
can just because we are learning, can I do a triggered action from the attack that hit me a little bit ago?
Oh yeah, sure. From the archer. You have one that activates from that.
I do.
All right.
I think I do. Hang on.
Okay.
Why do I have this not written correct?
Oh,
I see. I copied the wrong thing. I have 2 triggered actions. Cool.
Nice.
I'm going to have the triggering damage.
Okay.
I'm going to use In All the Confusion. So
Okay.
hit me with an arrow. I'm going to have that damage, so instead of it being 5, it would be 3 damage?
No, 2. You always round down.
Round down. Yeah, we round down.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I did read that recently today. So
and then I will teleport 4 squares away.
Ooh.
I do not provoke and don't suffer any effect associated with the. I guess it doesn't say that I don't provoke opportunity attack, but I'm taking my chances.
I
1,
think elsewhere in the rules
2,
it says teleportation does
3,
not.
Yeah, I
4.
mean, I'm gonna say with teleportation, no.
Poof! I shot with an arrow, puff of smoke. I'm now here, in the top
Okay.
right, taking less
All right.
damage.
Nice. Okay. All right. Nice. That is the end of the archer's turn, and you. Okay, is that the end of your turn, Spurg?
No, that was only my maneuver. My
Okay, that was your maneuver.
action will be, uh, looking at my various actions here. Okay, so I'll use one of my kit actions, its signature ability, Blessed Light. And so it looks like the kit actions are just an at-will thing. So I'm going to
So.
target the. I suppose this raider south of me.
Okay. Sure.
For a 10 plus. Intuition is 2, so 12. Rolled a 12.
Okay.
Then for 6 holy damage, and the next attack against the target has an edge.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, you blast him with this, and you can see like he is taken aback. He is still standing, but very, very winded.
And I can't move without the opportunity attack, so I will stay put. And
Okay.
that's my turn.
Alrighty. Okay, so seeing you just absolutely pop out of nowhere, our scoundrel up top is a bit taken aback. He was not expecting this. 1 second. He was not expecting you to just like pop out of nowhere there. And as you do, unfortunately. Okay, and so as you do, he is going to leap over here with a rapier and dagger in hand, and he will strike at you with these things. And you will take 4 points of damage.
I use my triggered action again because it doesn't say I can't.
Well, hold on. I actually just read this.
Yeah, I think
you get
only
one
get
per turn unless it says free triggered action.
Does not. I can only do that once. I take the damage.
Okay. Okay, so it is 4 points of damage. But he also has a guard here with him who, as soon as he acts, the guard just very sluggishly behind him, comes up with a halberd and is going to make a stab at you. But he does have reach too, so he is going to be, here. And he is going to stab across at you.
You get a the triggered action is basically a reaction. It's a reaction. So you can use it on your turn or you can use it on someone else's turn. So you can use them on your turn, but which I did also realize reading the rules that my triggered action is I did it a little bit wrong, but I think it still kind of works because the NPC was like my ally. Because it's actually if myself or it just says self or one creature was the target. So I mean, technically, I was moving them.
Right.
So that still counts. So
I think, I'll give it to you.
So
okay, so the guard here, halberd, reaches out, stabs for 2 damage. And Now, Augustine, I think it is actually your turn.
Great. At the start of my turn, since the start, I get 2 whatever insight points for abilities.
Right.
So I'm just making a mark of it. Like I have 2
You're good.
dice in here. I am going to use my key signature ability, Fade.
Nice.
So it's an attack that only does 4 damage.
Okay.
However, it allows me to shift 1 square. So whenever I shift, I don't take opportunity attacks.
Correct. Yeah.
So I'm going to shift downward.
I assume you attacked the scoundrel.
I did. I attacked the scoundrel for 4 damage.
All right.
And then I'm going to Is the balcony above 5 squares away, technically, from me?
Oh, like up where they are?
Yeah. Where's my pointer?
Right click.
Right click and hold. Oh, up there. Yes. Okay. So in this, if it were like directly walking, all movements actually just orthogonally. So up, down, left, right. So it actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then like 6. We'll put you up there.
6.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if they're all facing this way, I'm actually going to do this instead. I'm going to maneuver. Puff of smoke happens. Teleport. They're facing the wrong way, right?
Yeah, they're turned around.
I will conceal and hide at this point. How do I do a hide action? It says that if you end this movement in concealment or cover, that's maybe not cover. Sorry, I was here. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, let me find some concealment somewhere. For flavor, can I say that I move diagonally from here and then I teleport behind this barrel for concealment?
Okay, so you're taking like basically one movement and then jumping over to teleport.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it look like I'm running and like about to jump stab the guard.
Okay. Yeah.
And then disappear.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. Very nice.
Even if I can be there.
Yeah.
That way I'm concealed by the barrel. And I would like to use a hide.
Okay.
Whatever that might be. It says you can use hide even if you are observed. I don't know how hide works in this game.
That makes 2 of us.
Keyword search in the PDF.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. And the problem is words like that are used so frequently.
It's only used 44 times?
Only 44. I'm on 22.
See, hide and seek.
Oh, all right. Hide and sneak. Hiding and sneaking. All right.
Hide and sneak.
When you wish to hide from a creature, you must have cover or concealment from your foe, and that foe doesn't observe you attempting to hide. If you duck behind a barrel to hide from a foe, you attempt to hide has a chance of succeeding only if your foe doesn't notice you doing so. If you're being chased, okay. So use your high maneuver to hide during combat. If you do so while you have cover or concealment from creatures and observing you, you are automatically hidden from them unless the director deems otherwise. And he doesn't, so you are automatically hidden from them.
Great. That's my turn.
Okay. Alrighty then. Since that is the end of your turn, that's going to bring us back to the top of combat. So we are at a new round. I get villain points.
Nice.
Putting me at 6 villain points. And it's going to come to the brawler and his team.
Now, question: did you, if you spent the villain points, does it stack like that? Like you get 3, 6, then 9, or is it just saying that you? Okay.
Yeah, so it stacks. I think pretty much like your points seem to work. Mine work the same way. Now, if I spend
mine. So you haven't spent any of them yet?
I have not spent any of them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That was my question. I didn't know if
yeah.
it was something that you spent and you depleted as you use those abilities. Okay. Okay.
Right.
Cool. Okay.
All right. Interesting. Okay. He is at this point still grabbed by you, so he is going to attempt to escape your grab, which is going to be a might or agility. I believe he is going to make a might roll. That is very good. It's going to be a 15. So it does put him in a tier 2.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. What did you say?
So it is a tier 2 result.
Okay.
It says your character can escape the grab. If you choose to do so, the grabber can make a melee free strike against your character before the grab condition. And so he's rustling around and he kind of out-strengthens you here and pushes you back. You get to make a free strike against him if you'd like to.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Of course I do.
Why not, you know?
That would be a negative. That's like a 4. So
4. Okay. Yeah. All right. I mean, it's something.
Oh, that's right. It's still 2 points.
Yeah. Still 2 points. So I mean, and he is very, very.
Oh, actually, hold on though. Hold on. I get extra damage because of my rage.
Rage. Yeah.
Sorry. So that's 8 damage.
8 damage?
Yeah, instead of 4. Because I have 5 rage, it's double my might score bonus damage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay. Okay.
Because at 2 rage, at like 1, so at 2 and 3 rage, it's +2. At 4 and 5 rage, it's +4. And then at 6 and higher, I have double edge on might and resistance rolls.
Nice.
So.
Okay. All right. Well, here, he is going to swing a haymaker at you. And as he does so, he's going to attempt to grab you.
Likewise,
and this is one of his abilities.
Okay.
It's like when you both have each other grabbed,
yeah,
and you're both hitting each other.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is not a natural critical, but it is quite a good roll. It is going to put us into a tier 3, which is going to be 10 damage, and he does grab you.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to use the thing again, Divine Disruption, and I'm going to spend a piety on it, which will.
Hold on. You used that your last turn, right?
But then I had my turn, so then I have it again, right?
Oh, okay.
That's true.
Right. That is true. All right, carry on.
So
I should have had my trigger again.
Well, it hadn't hit your turn yet.
Yeah, you hadn't had your turn yet.
I used my trigger to get away from the damage, and then I. Oh yeah, you're right. And then I went up there. Okay, yeah, I'm following.
Okay.
So the attack will have double Bane, so it's reduced to tier 2.
Okay.
And the damage is reduced by twice my intuition, so it's double Bane and -4 damage.
Okay, -4 damage. All right, so it's going to go down to the next tier, which would be 7. So you take 3 points of damage. You are still grabbed as a tier 2 result. It's still a successful grab. And his effect is the target takes a Bane on attempts to escape the grab, and the brawler gains an edge on attacks against the grabbed target. Oh,
no,
actually,
other way around.
What? Oh, I thought I just read it. Anyway, he has an edge to attack you, and you have a bane to escape him. Is what his effect is as a brawler.
Oh, okay.
And
But
then
then he's using his thing. Is that end an effect, or no? Sorry.
sorry.
What was
What
it
are you asking?
Never mind.
Okay.
Good.
His actual attack. So the human brawler, like his actual attack, is if he gets a tier 2 or tier 3, he hits you and grabs you. Like
Okay.
that's the grabbed his effect in a tier 2 or tier 3. And then he is going to use a maneuver to throw. And he is going to.
He used the maneuver to get out of the grab.
Yeah. He's already used his maneuver.
Is escaping to grab a maneuver?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
actually, hold on.
I'd like to say.
Oh no, you're
yes
right. It is.
for-
It is a maneuver. Oh, okay. So he is not going to throw you.
Well, because
overboard. Very
yeah.
unfortunate.
No,
for
he
me.
can't throw me overboard. Kidding me?
He was gonna try.
Well, unless your villain points.
Hold on. Now he had
do
a
another
bane.
maneuver.
He also had a bane on getting out of his thing.
Did he?
Yeah. If you're grabbed at all, you have a bane on getting out of it. It says it on this cheat sheet.
This one says a might or agility resistance roll. Compare the
Yeah.
result to these tiers and effects.
But so on conditions, on grabbed, your speed is 0, your character cannot be force moved, and you can't use the knockback maneuver, and you have bane on attacks that don't include your grabber as a target.
Yeah. So that wouldn't be to escape it. It's just if he tried to attack like Austin's character, he'd have a bane on it.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Escaping the grab.
he escaped. He punched you. He grabbed you.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
So you're at this
I'm
point you're
getting them
held. So
confused.
you are now grabbed.
That's okay.
And the raiders are now going to go, and they are going to.
Hold on.
Of course. Go ahead.
Hold on. Now let me ask this too. We didn't re-roll combat, did we? Or like initiative? Do we roll initiative every time?
No. It just keeps going. Just keep.
Okay.
The cycle stays the same.
Okay. But if he went, how many do you do it at a time? You said it was one.
So a group goes at a time for the enemies.
Okay.
Yeah. So his group is the brawler and the two raiders.
The 2 raiders. Okay. Cool.
The scoundrel has a guard, and the archers go together.
That's what I was trying to clarify.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
awesome.
It is semi-group initiative for the enemies.
Sure.
Different things happen once a captain goes down and such, but we haven't seen that yet. So at this point, the two raiders
See
will.
a captain.
The brawler is the captain of his little place
Oh, okay.
here.
Captain of the group.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so the raiders are going to make an attack here on you, Anthony. And they do have you flanked. So I can't remember what the flank rules are, but something happens. I think they just get an edge. That's what it is. Okay. For our first raider, he is going to get is going to be a tier 3 actually. So with it's going to give him 5 damage there. And the other one is easily just going to be a tier 1 for 2 damage. So 7 damage there. And now initiative moves to you guys. Whoever wants to go. You guys can
Sweet.
choose in any order when it comes to you. At who wants to go.
You guys okay if I go?
Sure.
Go for it.
Okay. So, I I gained 3 more rage, so I am at 8 rage now.
Okay.
I need to mark that here. So I'm at 8 rage. I am going to so let me ask this. Are attacks considered might tests for me? Or is it just an attack test?
Yeah, I think it's just an attack test. I think it's its own. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm just, like I said, just wanted to make sure. So here's, okay. So I can slam him and try to move him because it's an ability that I have. I just can't use the maneuver to try to knock him back.
Okay. So you can use an action to try to knock him back.
Yeah, so I can use an action to try to knock him back, which would that then mean that I am not grabbed?
I think you would knock him back, but you would probably go with him. I think at least how I'm reading it, the only way to escape is to make that might or agility roll, to make the resistance roll to escape.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just curious, like, you know.
And his ability does give you a bane on it.
Well, I currently have 2 edges for just how much rage I have. So
right. So it would take you down to just 1 edge then.
Yeah. Okay. So I will try and use my, because so the maneuver is trying to escape the grab, right? Okay. I will do that.
Yep. Okay. That will be a might test.
Okay. Perfect. Which means you gain an edge. Okay. Let's see.
To confirm, just so we are still, you can still attack him while he's holding you.
Yeah,
you only
yeah.
have bane against attacking other people.
No, I know. I just,
Okay.
because I get a maneuver, a move, and an action.
Right.
I
Okay,
figured I would just go ahead and do the maneuver to try to escape his grab.
Okay.
Because then I might do something else.
Okay. All right.
So. I'm going to say that's a yes, because that is a 13 plus 2 for my edge. Plus 4, because 2 for might, 2 for edge.
Okay, yeah.
So that would be 13, 15, 17, actually. So 2 or 3.
17. So, yeah, you just escape. He doesn't even get to take a strike at you.
That's right, buddy.
All right. Break free. What do you do?
So then I am going to move. Hold on, let me make sure I'm going to do this right. Okay, so on my triggered action, it's Relentless Toss, right?
Okay.
It says self or creature. So it doesn't say if it has to be an ally or anything. And then it says you can select a new target. But you can also increase the force move distance by a number of squares equal to your might score.
Okay.
And this is all free. And then you can use your strength benefit to make this force move vertical. Or I can spend 1 rage to increase it by double that. So.
Okay. So this is a triggered action, though, right?
I'm curious. I wanted to kind of clarify that to see if I wanted to use Brutal Slam on the Brawler and try to knock him off the ship.
Okay.
Because he's only
Yeah.
one
So
away
brutal
from the
slam
ship.
will actually do a force move, right? If you
Yes. Brutal slam is a forced move.
then you
it's
can
a
trigger. I see.
it's a push 1, 2, or 4. And basically, I'm asking because if I get below 11 on the pushed move, then it's push 1, and I would probably use my triggered action to basically increase it, and knock him
Increase
off the
that
ship.
and throw him off. Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, I would probably save my increased action, or my triggered action.
Right.
But at the same time, how far can we move? I actually don't even know this. Oh, speed 6. 6 squares. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say it should have a speed on there, and that's just that many squares.
Okay. Okay. No, that's fine. Man. One. So one burst. Burst is like a ring around me, right? So it's like all the immediate squares around me if it's one burst.
Yes, I believe that's what
Okay.
I read. See, I'm trying to make sure, but I'm almost certain that's what it is.
Okay. No, that's fine. Basically, I'm going to move here. Just to reposition myself.
Okay.
And I am going to use my Brutal Slam to just go ahead and try to knock him off.
Okay. Give me a dice roll.
Let's see. 8 plus 5 is 12, plus 2 is 14, plus 2 edge. So
16.
16?
12, 14, 16, 18.
18. Okay, so brings you into a tier 3.
So, tier 3. Boom.
2
Alright.
edge gives you plus.
Because I have over 6 rage.
Okay. So 2 edge isn't 2 points, 4 points. Right.
Remind me.
Or are you
Okay,
talking about
sorry.
a double
So
edge?
technically, a
Double
double
edge
edge
is
would
what?
just bump you. It would bump you 1 tier.
Okay, so that's fine.
Yeah.
So it would do that then, because
Yeah,
if
it
I
just
so if I
automatically
just
bumps you.
so basically I would get to 16 because of the or 14, either way it's going to bump me up a tier, so it's
It's
still
going to
tier
bump you
3.
up to tier 3. So
Okay,
yeah, you land at a tier 3.
Sweet.
Which what does it do?
that is 14 points of damage and push 4.
What does your brutal slam look like? What do you do to him?
So
Okay, let me ask this question.
yeah,
It's not really in this game. How do you do this?
yeah, that's what I figured. So basically, so he's got me grappled, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's holding
Yeah.
on to me. We're basically holding on to each other, like punching each other. He kind of like rolls his shoulder out, gets out from under my grip for a second, but he still has his grip on me. And so I kind of like hunker down, step back, right? And I've got my war maul, aka the 4x4, post with metal bands around it, and some nice, I've personalized it. So, but yeah, so I basically like hold it in my hand. I like let go of it with 2 hands. I hold it, and I basically like uppercut him to like get him, take off the grapple, right? So like maneuver uppercut to knock his hold on me. And then as I, kind of bring my momentum back down and around, I uppercut with the war maul, which knocks his head back and basically lifts him up off the ground and over the edge of the boat.
Absolutely.
Into the briny sea.
Yeah, and you watch as after that hit too, he comes off the ground well over the rails, and you watch him fall. And a second later, you hear as he splashes into the water. He is no more.
It was a silent dive, right, Austin?
Yeah.
Because you tried to make a splash sound, and it was like,
Oh yeah, my microphone's like, nah,
no,
that sounds like background noise.
yeah. There you go. There you go.
It was a very dramatic splash in here, though. Okay.
Fantastic.
All right, so that brings you to the end of your turn, right?
Yes, it does.
If that is the end of his turn, I would like to use one of my triggered actions. And I'm assuming that now that it's our turn, I gain the insight points. But I have a triggered action.
To your turn, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
When it comes to your, I could be wrong.
In that case, it is my turn. For my triggered action, I get to take another hero takes their turn. I get to immediately do my turn.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's
fun.
So that's my triggered action. With all the commotion of them seeing Fury Orc down here,
That's right,
destroying their leader. I'm going to use that moment to, out of hiding, use another of my abilities, and since it is my turn, I get 2 more. So I'm going to use a heroic ability that costs me 3, and it is called Blade Dance. And with hide, do I only have 1 edge after their brawler has been killed?
Yes. Yeah, you'd have 1 edge from coming from the hide positions that you're hidden from them.
Great. And I'm gonna roll my 2d10. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Okay. Oh, so close. That is a 16. So I'm at least a tier 2.
You are at a tier 2.
That was fine. So I get to move up to my speed, which is 8 steps in an instant. I don't provoke opportunity attacks. Since the archer is here, right clicking didn't work for me. That is, I can already attack him with the first one.
Okay.
And every person that I move past, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So
nice. So 4 people to attack, essentially?
This guy, and this guy all take 5 damage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's awesome.
All right.
There's your cinematic moment right there.
There we go.
No, yes.
Go and describe for us how it looks as you rush through here and make a strike as I do some math.
They hear not his normal voice from earlier, but he has fully embraced this shadowy moment, and just says, "Your reign of terror is over." And just steps out from the shadows and says, "You have attacked the innocent. You will now fear vengeance from the forgotten and the unseen." And he instantly does that L-shaped moment.
Yeah.
And last stab goes straight into the raider's side as he's standing in front of Anthony there.
Yeah.
And then, because I haven't done any maneuvers, that happens all the way across. He is then going to use his maneuver that I did earlier. And where did my sheet go now? It's called the Black Ash Teleport.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm going to be gone again.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Epic.
The shadow is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah,
and I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Where should I go? Just into the stairwell.
Okay.
And I'm going to hide.
Okay. Well, hide would be another maneuver. So, but
not with my Black Ash Teleport.
Oh, okay. I'll say I've not read over the character sheets. Y'all could definitely just be making stuff up.
No. It says, you can use the hide maneuver. Wait. If you end this movement in concealment or cover, you can use the hide maneuver even if you are observed.
Okay. All right. You're good. I assumed you were telling me the truth. I was just making a joke. I have no idea. But absolutely.
Hold on. What was Black Ash teleport? Was that an
A
action?
maneuver.
It was
It's a maneuver.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. My
It's
heroic
actually
ability
a
was my
attack.
action. Yeah.
Sweet.
And pretty much everyone that you struck along the way now looks winded from this experience, with the exception of the scoundrel.
It's because he stabbed them all in the lung as he went
Yeah,
by.
shut them all in the lane. They're all breathing like it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and so as that comes to the end of your turn, this first archer here, getting struck, is like kind of bent over, looking around at what just happened, and has no idea. And so at this point, she is just going to focus her attacks on the Fury, who just haymakered the brawler out of the ship, because right now he seems like the biggest threat. So 2 arrows from both sides are going to fly at you, Vorma.
Okay.
First one's going to be a tier 1 for 2 damage. Next one is also going to be a tier 1 for 2 damage. So 4 damage as these 2 arrows kind of, and they both like kind of hit you, but they're just like flesh wounds as they skin off your shoulder, skin off your the side of your cheek. Yeah, it is but a flesh wound. And initiative comes back to you. Well, I guess the only person left is Anthony.
All right, I will maneuver Healing Grace on myself.
Good call.
Yeah, because I was winded.
Hmm.
That brings my stamina back up to 24.
Nice.
Um,
I do appreciate that the healer has a fair amount of stamina.
Yes, yeah, that's nice.
I think by default it's 18, but then since I took the Rook kit, that's another 12.
Whoa.
So yeah, the armor gave me a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a decent amount. It is a little odd that armor adds stamina, but I get the purpose of it.
Let's see, and I will use Pious Force. Does that I suppose the was Blade Dance or whatever doesn't really count as an attack
Sure.
for because
How's it labeled?
Keywords, as long as it has the keyword
attack.
area.
Yeah, it's an
melee,
attack.
Yeah.
because the next attack against this particular raider has an edge.
Oh,
But
okay.
that only
It
applies
didn't
to
attack
this
that
raider.
one. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah,
attack
that one was untouched.
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't know that was a thing, but it seems good that I didn't attack that one. So I'm going to say I planned that.
Well
So
done.
that effect is still that is still in effect. Then I guess. So where to go? Not that action. This action. Pious Force. Against the guy south of me. See if I can finish him off. For 14 plus edge is 16 plus intuition 18. Yes. For 9 damage.
How do you do this?
Guy. Let's see. What's the flavor text on Pious Force? What is okay, Google Docs, just calm down. It didn't like me trying to find.
You unleash a blast of raw divine magic upon your foe.
Nice.
All right.
There you go.
I'm imagining I stick my hand out and just a glow and like an Iron Man pulse, just poof.
Right. Nice. And absolutely, like his eyes kind of get big for a moment, and poof, and immediately he drops, falling backwards. And his other raider buddy sees this and begins to kind of panic.
Yeah, he does.
That will end my turn.
Okay. Okay. That will bring us to the guard and the scoundrel. the scoundrel is going to rush down here and use a. I will be using my first villain points here to use Dagger Storm. And so he is going to make a strike against you.
Good thing I just healed.
Yes, he is going to. So it says Scoundrel makes a rapier and dagger attack against 3 creatures or objects and can shift 2 squares before or after each attack. So we'll make an attack against you for a tier 2, which tier 2 is 7 damage, and then shift 2. 1 to make a. Oh no, you are
Can't
hidden.
see him. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. In case he goes 1, 2. All right. Oh,
He's
got
like, I
lucky.
swear
Messed up the combo I had planned.
Swear there was a little guy around here somewhere.
Yeah. And so, okay. Well, there we go. He does 7 damage against the conduit, and
He's just swinging at the air. I know he was somewhere around here.
Dang it.
I know he's here somewhere. The guard is also going to rush down and kind of follow again, just lackluster behind the scoundrel, kind of running behind, and a halberd strike again at you, Anthony, for tier 1, so 2 damage. And that will bring us to the top of initiative. Now, as we come to the top of initiative, the perceptive among you, mainly the ones of you not down in a hole hiding right now, would notice. Oh, one moment. Would notice a couple others coming across the gangplank right now towards you. Now, with that said, it would bring us back to the solo raider and his group, and he will also make a strike against. I think we ended up out of order because of Augustus's turn, so there's 2 enemy attacks in a row. But they start the initiative on the 3rd round, so we'll make a attack against you, Anthony, and that will be a tier 2 for 4 damage with their hand axe.
Sure, I'll take it.
Okay. Then initiative is back to you guys.
My turn. All right. I've had enough of these plebes. So, 2, 3. I'm going to. Okay, hold on. What's the rule on moving, like, past somebody?
Like, can you move through their space?
Yeah, like if it's a ally.
You can.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, you can actually move through a space with an enemy too. I thought that was interesting.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm going to move there.
Okay.
And then I am going to use my heroic ability, which is Whirlwind Strike.
Oh no,
Ooh,
Anthony.
All right.
No, it's okay. It just says all enemies. Just says all enemies.
Sorry, Anthony, I didn't know you that well.
I read it. It's not all creatures like freaking 5e. It's just all enemies.
Okay, that's fair.
So,
all right.
I expertly guide my war maul around Anthony's head.
Fair.
Up there.
For the first one, barely misses me. I just I
Drop.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I don't go prone because that would put me at tactical disadvantage, but I duck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So. Yes. Oh, this costs 3, by the way. Oh, I need to roll. So. It's another +3. So I'm just going to leave it at 8, even though technically I have 11. So. Okay. So I have, again, this is area melee weapon. roll plus characteristics. So it's 2d10 plus 2 because of my might.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So do I take double edge on that?
Because of the plus
Yeah.
2 to might.
Well, no, because of my rage. Because
Okay,
my
so
rage
what
is
is
over 6.
Rage over 6. So what's it give you? Just an edge?
No, so like, so these are cumulative. Okay, so at 2 rage, I gain an edge on might.
Right.
On might and test and resistance, which an attack is a test.
Right. Okay.
You also gain a bonus to weapon damage equal to your might.
Okay.
If you are at least 2 squares from where you started your turn when you attack. So like if I move, which I did,
Okay.
I moved.
Right. You did. So that would give you extra damage, right?
Well,
But
that's
not
so that's +2. No, hold on. Sorry, I'm just
Okay.
explaining all of them
apologize.
here. Yeah, it's okay.
Oh,
So
you're
that is just the bonus at 2 rage. At
Right.
4 rage, I
Mhm.
gain a bonus to weapon damage that's twice my might score. So instead of a
Okay.
+2 to damage, it's +4 to damage.
Yeah.
And as long as I move.
Mhm.
So, and then at 6 rage or higher, I get double edge on might and resistance. And so it's cumulative, meaning, so, I mean,
so now
like,
you're at 6, so you get double
Yeah.
might.
so I
Or
get double,
you get double.
yeah, I
edge.
get double edge.
Mhm.
And then I still, because I moved, I will still get a +4 to damage.
To your damage.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would assume so, since the ability you're using specifically says make a might, right? Plus your might.
Yeah, it's plus characteristic, which is might.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
okay, we're gonna do
Let's
it
do it.
anyway.
If it's wrong, who cares? It'll be cool.
Okay, well that's good because I got 11.
Okay.
Um,
So that'll bump you to a
so it
tier.
bumps me to tier 2,
Mhm.
which is good.
Mhm.
But it'll also add +4 to my damage, so it's gonna do so it's gonna do 8 damage.
Right.
Okay, and it's gonna push them all 1.
Okay.
So
Okay. The raider and the guard both die, so you kill both of them.
fantastic.
The scoundrel is looking extremely rough.
Okay, and I push him. So
Okay. And so everyone you kill, you just get off the boat. You're just helping with cleanup.
yeah.
Okay. So these guys, with your strike, they fly back
Yeah.
into the water again. The
How
scoundrel.
far did
gets
you
thrown
push
back.
the scoundrel?
Just one.
One
It's
spell.
one
okay.
push. Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
and since it was a target all enemies, yeah, I'm not going to use my triggered action.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. That is the turn. So it's going to.
Oh,
come
sorry.
to
Hold
the-
on. I'm going to maneuver. And I'm going to heal our beloved conduit.
All right. Imagine he'd appreciate it.
Yeah, one ally within reach of your character spends 1 recovery or makes a resistance roll to end an effect.
Sweet.
Okay. All right. If that comes to the end, you hear a shout from the gang.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. That wasn't a maneuver. My bad. That was an action. I'm so
okay.
sorry.
Oh, so you can't do that.
I can't do
All
that.
right.
Yes.
You get no health.
Okay, but I
Boo.
will. I know. But I will. Is reach 1 meaning like 2 away? Like
Uh,
No,
does that
it'd be
mean?
like 1 square. So, like the scoundrel could reach you from where he is. Is that what you're asking? Is that
well,
what you
I
meant,
have
2 away?
I have it too because I have a heavy weapon.
Oh yeah. So yeah, if you have reach 1, you should be able to reach him from there.
Okay.
If you're
Mostly
trying to-
because an ally will have edge on their next attack against an enemy within reach of your character.
Oh, okay. Then yeah.
So I just wanted to use that. I mean, I could hide technically.
Could hide.
the biggest guy on the field.
Runs down and
Hides.
hides.
He jumps down in the hole and he looks to his left, and there's a
The polder down there.
No, I can't move and hide, unfortunately, like you. No. I'll just aid an attack against that scoundrel for whoever's next. So.
Okay. All right. So you hear from the gangplank, just a yell from the gangplank as one of the people that's kind of ran up on it over here screams out, "Retreat!" And this archer is going to fire one last arrow as she already has one knocked, and it is going to go directly at Anthony here for a tier 1 damage. I forget what it was. I should remember it at this point, but I don't.
2, I think.
I think so too. My document's evidently frozen.
I mean, is it a ranged free strike or is it a specific attack?
It's a specific attack. I don't know why this just froze. I've been using it the whole time. 1 second.
I feel like maybe reach 1.
It is 2.
Okay.
Yeah, two damage. Oh, I see what you mean. I think reach 1
It's
is
just
a
in
normal.
front of me.
Yeah, because
okay. No, that's fine. So
yeah, because I'm looking at it too, and my scoundrel with a rapier has reach 1.
Okay.
Where do you see your reach? Oh, I see it. Yeah. I have it too, and all I have are daggers. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you will take 2 points of damage, Spurg, and then the archer, just loosing that last arrow that Chad is going to turn and run. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
That civilian doesn't get attack of opportunity.
No, the civilian's like hunkered down in the corner as all this is happening, just hoping no one notices.
Stick your leg.
Sorry,
out
I didn't
and
give them
trip
an
it.
initiative, but they're actually like over here.
That's fine. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. He just wants no one to know that he's there.
I did see there were rules on NPCs helping you, but yeah, that's fine.
They probably could. I'm pretty sure in
no.
this encounter, the civilians
This is
were
an
just there
intro.
for the brawler to use. So, all right, and this one, 3, 4, 5 is going to actually use their action to try to run by, ever so stealthily. Oh wait! Oh no! Hold on.
I was like, "There's one at the top. Why didn't they show on the top?"
Yeah, I didn't see that one. 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just gonna make it halfway back across, and that will end the turn for the archers. So whoever's next.
I'm gonna go move the plank while they're on it and just dump them off.
Okay.
I mean, it's not my turn, but
Oh, okay.
it's actually either of y'all's turns. So.
Yeah. Whoever wants to go.
You want to go?
You got it.
Okay. I think I might go try to yank the archer that just ran away. 2, 3, 4, 5. So distance 5. I should be able to reach this guy, right?
Mm-hmm. Like, is it with an attack? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to use Holy Lance, which has a pull feature.
We got a real vindictive.
No.
He's like,
"You're not run away. Get
"No,
back
sir."
here."
That's like you're not gonna get away to attack someone else's ship.
Yeah, as he has an arrow in his shoulder from being shot by the said archer.
That's true. Yeah.
So that is a 12, including bonuses, for 6 holy damage and pull 3.
Just pull him out into the water.
Yep.
Okay. And so you kill him with the damage. But then you just pull his body into the water, or do you bring him all the way back to you?
It'll land in the water.
Goes to a watery grave.
Yep. All the dead are in the water. You guys are really doing good at this cleanup.
And I'm going to stop on the stairs, maneuver, heal myself, spend a piety point on it to do extra healing,
Okay.
If I can find it again. Yes, after each bite you spent, I can spend an additional recovery. So I will do that to bring myself back up to 29. The loss of 2 recoveries. And that will end my turn.
Okay. All right.
I
then
will trigger, and I will go,
He's triggered.
Oh,
All right.
yes. He's triggered.
and I will hop out from the shadows
All right.
behind the scoundrel and just with the
Yeah, you
knife.
do.
And just before the knife hits him, I think I'm just gonna do the regular fade attack. So let me see how much I hit him for.
Is this the scoundrel?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I only did 4 damage against the scoundrel. Oh, wait.
From
I have
hiding.
an edge from
You are
hiding.
from hiding. Yeah.
I did 9 damage against
9
him.
damage kills him. How do you do this?
Like I
4
said,
did
I
not,
hop
9
up.
did.
I hop up, and again in the much different voice from earlier, I let me for dramatic effect here. He just hears, "Face the wrath of the unseen, the fury of the forgotten." Slit the throat.
Yes.
Once I slit the throat, I phase 2 spaces, 1, 2.
Mhm.
Point the daggers at the archer, and I black ash teleport and hide just below the stairs.
Okay.
Nice.
Very
He wants
nice.
an attack of opportunity on this guy when he runs by.
When he runs by, I know. All right. Well, that brings. It would have been Scoundrel's turn, but he is now dead. So everyone's gone except these 2 raiders, who are going to retreat back and use their turn to pull the gangplank away.
Like, sorry, dude.
They know when they are beaten, and they do not want you on their ship.
Could have captured another ship.
Yeah. So then it's going to come back to initiative, which will be an enemy initiative to start. So it will be this archer who has now seen their gangplank get pulled away.
Poor guy.
I mean, I don't know. I feel
And-
like he might try to jump in the ocean at that point.
He's going to. Yeah, he's just gonna jump over the edge.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
You hear him stomping above you.
So-
He is above you.
I would say he's
How are you
probably a
gonna
little too
attack him?
far away, but
And I'll say, how are you going to attack him? Might be with a Bane, but let's see. What do you think?
If he's just right above, and I went there to teleport to be ready for his movement,
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that he's trying to get away, I'm going for one of those Achilles heels with this dagger.
All right.
Hopefully for him to lose his footing.
You will have to jump and strike, kind of through the fence up there. You know, that's kind of stopping you from falling off. So it will be with a Bane, but
Since it is jumping,
since it is jumping,
can I use gymnastics that I'm skilled with
for your attack roll?
for my attack to hopefully get rid of the Bane?
basically, can he use his gymnastics to get rid of the Bane?
Yeah. Okay. Sounds like a thing.
Great.
I feel like in the 90-degree angle of the stairs and the thing, you just see this like. It's that like hops. It's like that jump where it's like jump, like
Yeah, I know.
from like
I'm
both
trying to think
sides
like
of
would a
it.
polar even be able to reach? But you know what? It sounds cool.
So I'm
Let's do
saying
it.
like he does the like jumping from one side of the corner to the other.
Right.
It depends on what I roll, I think, of how cool this might be. But
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
give me just a gymnastics roll. Actually, an agility test to see if you get to him, and then attack without a Bane.
That's a 14 plus 2.
Okay,
So
you
16.
get to him. All right, I'll take the 16 as the attack roll. Tell me how you do this.
Oh, great. I think I go up quick, and as I'm going up, I get to catch his Achilles
Mm-hmm.
a little bit. So he stumbles, right?
Yeah.
And then I hop up from on top of this railing jump up with both daggers because he was holding two. Jump up
Right.
as he's falling and stab into his back, slam him onto the ground. And he's pushed against this railing, right?
Yeah, he's against the railing. Yeah.
And I just give him a shove off into the water.
Okay.
Jump on top of the railing, and just point the daggers at the pirate ship that's trying to escape.
Okay. He's dead, and you see this gangplank quickly get pulled away. Oh, and I just smashed my microphone there for a second.
It was a great sound effect for the gangplank being pulled away.
Yeah, that's
the
exactly
thumping
what it
that we
was.
heard.
Yeah, totally.
That's
totally.
exactly what it was. So, yeah, they pulled it away, and you see as they lift the sails and begin moving away. Now, as combat has now finished, Captain Oriole comes out. And I'm going to expedite the rest because we're already an hour past when we were supposed to end. So as I expedite the rest, does anyone need to go?
I mean, I've been holding it for a while, but
I meant go to bed or leave,
No.
No, okay. Now, if we do need to take a bio break, we can absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Since Seth has now revealed we can pause recordings, I don't know why I didn't know that before.
I was saying that in character anyway. So.
Okay. All right, cool. Then we'll keep going. I will expedite the rest, but there's another part of the game I want to make sure that we hit because we'll need it in the review. Okay. As Captain Oriole comes to you, just thank you. Thank you very much. As you see the crewmen and stuff start to kind of come out and see the carnage as there's, blood and gore. There's only one body.
I was going to say.
There's only one body. The scoundrel was technically, right here, because that's the only body that did not get thrown off the ship.
That's true. There's a lot of blood, though.
Lot of blood. As they kind of come out, and, some of them come out with, mops in their hands, and they're, you just see the dread on their face as they realize what they're going to have to clean up. But she says, you have done your job well, and you will be compensated as such. She does say, though, there is another complication. The ballast that they fired have caught the lower portion of the ship afire.
Oh yeah.
Come with me.
I just say run. I just tell everyone get out because I haven't told anyone what's down there.
No, you have not. Okay,
Maybe we should have tried harder to get the other ship.
Yeah, the other ship at this point you can see is sailing away at quite a bit faster pace than you are, and she pulls you all aside, trying to not let especially passengers hear. She says, "There is content under the ship. That if the fire
barrels of gunpowder filled all under the ship, being hidden with apples. Yes, get off the ship."
Well, and as you look around, there is nothing but water as far as that I can see.
Oh no.
This is the nightmare.
I look for rafts. I look for any other boats.
Okay, there are plenty of lifeboats. There are.
How do we put out the fire? Or
how bad is the fire under? Are we able to save this?
She says, crewmen are already working to put the fire out. Let's just, if you can help, we can quench it. If we can bring down buckets of water or anything, just keep it away from the cargo hold. Now, all know this. There's only 3 shots. There is smoke, and it is there is a black smoke kind of billowing from the.
I mean, I think we would help at the whatever.
Okay.
Since we could, save the ship.
Okay. At this point, there should be another test of things to get this done, but I will say only 3 of the ballasts were fired, so you all helping to load down buckets of water, heaving buckets onto it. You're finally able, after 30 minutes or so, able to quench the flames and keep the flames away, in which Captain Oriole, would come and talk to you 3 privately. And she explains that that her intention was not for anything really bad to happen here. Let's see.
As I was rage firefighting.
Yeah. This is like after the fire's been put out. I'm trying to just expedite the rest.
No, I know. I was just saying, like, it
Oh
would
yeah,
have
your
carried
rage firefighting.
my rage carries over into after combat, so I'd have been like, buckets, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
I love it. And she just looks and as you all are kind of alone, she says, I haven't had the money to pay my crew in ages. They've got families at home, and this is their livelihood. And so years ago, when I was a youngster, I smuggled powder into the city. It was, I thought I could do it again. And I didn't tell you because I knew that, if you knew, you wouldn't have helped. You wouldn't have been here. I apologize. It was dumb, but no one directly got hurt. Those pirates would have showed up anyway to rob our passengers and such. It wasn't the powder that brought them here, And she just tries to make it, to explain herself to you. Do you say anything, react differently, or?
What was the need to? What was the need to smuggle it? Sorry, I forgot. That was the.
He's like taking shadow voice.
Yeah. The Blackbottom guard has a monopoly on weapons and such, and people pay a great price for it to buy it under the table at a reasonable rate. And so I smuggle it in. This is only our second run. We smuggle it in, sell it off to locals and such. But nevertheless, it is definitely not allowed. And if we are caught, it will be very, very bad for me.
I lean forward and I go, we all have our secrets we want to keep. And do like the little nod wink. And then, well, I mean, we'll keep the information to ourselves, right? And I'll look at the others. Of course, for a fair price. And
of course, Sir Percival already requested that I award you all handsomely.
And I'll take 5 small bags of gunpowder before we leave.
Yeah, all right.
Doesn't matter what campaign we're in. Austin's always trying to make a gun.
Hey, bags of explosives? Are you kidding me? You're passing up on this?
Yep.
Okay. You're lucky I haven't thought long enough about this character to have a sense of ethics.
Yeah. She also pulls out of her satchel a exquisite dagger, and she says, and as an apology, I would like to offer you a personal relic of mine. She looks at all three of you. It's just one, but she's basically offering it to whoever would want it. It's a relic I found long ago. It's saved my life, and I believe in your hands it can save others.
Do you have a war maul hidden somewhere?
Magic war maul?
I'm afraid not, but I have contacts in the city. Perhaps I can work something out with you as well.
All right. Fine.
I will gladly take that dagger.
Okay. And she places the dagger in your hands. It is the Knife of 9. It says when you use this knife with a weapon ability, the ability deals an extra 3 psychic damage. The extra damage increases by 3 each time you attack the same target during the same encounter to a maximum of 9 bonus damage.
Heck yeah.
Can you copy pasta that to me?
I will copy pasta it.
Nice.
It is a ivory dagger that features a nine faintly glowing indentations along the blade.
Nice.
It is quite a nice knife. And she, all right, I just pasted and sent it to you,
Yeah.
and she hands it very gingerly to you. At this point, you all have your conversations, and really the next 4 days aboard the Revelation are without any kind of event. There is, over the next day, there's a light smolder, but the side of the ship is blackened, you can tell, but you've removed and repaired what you all and your crew was able to do. And on the 4th day, you pull into the city of Blackbottom. As you all pull up and begin to get off the ship at the docks, you see 2 humans riding giant hawks fitted with saddles and bridles, and they descend on the docks as you arrive. Concern etched on their faces as they see the damage of the ship. Is everyone safe? We can help with the wounded. And what exactly happened here? Those of you familiar with Blackbottom, which could be all of you if you wanted to be, you would know these are Hawk Lords. They are the elite guards of Ajax the Invincible, agents of the Overlord's authority here at Blackbottom. They look over everything that's been going on, and they begin to question Captain Oriole as to what has happened here. And
I mean, I think I
question.
would probably pitch in as a champion monologuer.
Okay,
to-
champion monologuer. Yes, exactly. What has happened here?
I would tell the tale of the great battle on the sea with the pirates, of the whirlwind smashing, holy power and lightning stabs of,
Okay.
Wow, that shadowy lightning stabs guy sounds. Where did he come from?
nobody knows.
Glad he was aboard the ship.
Okay.
Yes, but I would also give a report of like how many we killed, like we still have the body of one of them.
Yeah. Okay. And as you explain this, go ahead and give me a presence test.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if I properly explained that whole thing, but my character is trying not to appear as a shadow by any means. He is looking and disguising himself as like a traveler, maybe if it has to be adventure, maybe seeming like a tactician of some sort.
That would be a 17.
A 17 is a tier 3
Yeah, it is.
result. And with that, it means the Hawk Lords accept the tale as it is written, and they take their leave, which would bring us to the end of the adventure. But I do want to explain one thing that we didn't get to play because you rolled too darn good.
I know.
And there is an actual system in this game for negotiations. And it is actually a strategic system so that the NPCs you're negotiating with, they have a interest score, a patience score, and an impression. You're trying to increase their interest to a certain point without decreasing their patience to the point where they either fight you or abandon you or whatever. And so different NPCs would have different motivations. They would also have different pitfalls. And if you were to try to negotiate a pitfall, it would decrease their patience, right? But if you actually hit one of their motivations, it would increase their interest.
Very cool.
Yeah, there's a whole negotiation system built into this, which is really, really cool. But we had no use for it because we have an expert monologuer about
That's
the
right.
party.
Champion monologuer.
And so as they walk away, Captain Oriole comes over to you and says, again, my thanks. And as she says that, she hands Augustus a burlap bag, and as you peek inside, there are 5 small bags inside of it. And to the rest of you, she hands a satchel of gold or whatever. There's not really a currency in this game.
Make
it's
up your
just
own
assumed.
currency. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just assumed that like you don't keep up with currency or anything. It's just assumed that at certain levels you can just buy stuff. Like you have enough money to buy a basic
Nice.
sword and rations and things like that. And as you level up, you can afford more and more things.
So
Very cool.
Shroot bucks.
Yeah,
Shroot bucks.
exactly.
Yes.
And so that brings us
100%.
to the end of our playtest
Huzzah!
of Draw Steel. And as we usually do, I'd love to get everyone's thoughts on the game before we completely end the recording. And then we'll do a more official critical review.
I have one question.
Okay.
And it has to do with victories, and that was one thing that we
Yes.
didn't get into.
Yes. So technically, from the encounter that you had on the ship with the pirates, there was you got 1 victory point from that. And if this had went into a negotiation and you succeeded on the negotiation, you would have got an additional victory point for that. And then whenever you take a respite, or what we would call a long rest, those victory points that you've accumulated would turn into experience. And then, so say from those, you'd have 2 victory points. When you take a respite, those would turn into 2 experience. And then, I can't remember, let me see, I have it written down here, at what point you would actually level up.
Yeah, you can exchange victory points for when you rest for experience. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you can exchange them for experience, and then at like, I think it's at like 6 experience, you get to level 2, and then it goes up, you know.
There's
exponentially past that.
also some cool things I think probably per class
that you can do with
that you can do with
points.
victory points.
Yeah,
like
victory
basically
points.
I start with so many rage per victory points.
Yes, exactly.
So stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I would if I had victory points, those would instantly become my insight points, so
Yeah.
that I could do abilities. Do you have a
Right.
question
Mhm.
for the DM? What is it called in here? The
The
Director.
director.
Mhm.
Would figuring out the complex mystery of what was held under the ship be a victory point?
I do not think so. I do think that as far as victories go, that it is limited. It is mostly combat encounters, but I do think that it also said a negotiation. Yes. A
Heroes
successful
investigate
combat
a
in
series
which
of clues and a mystery. Award 1 victory point when they solve the mystery. Heroes overcome a complicated trap that requires more than one
Okay.
test to find.
Oh, never mind. So a successful negotiation or montage test should earn the heroes 1 victory. So had you guys succeeded on your cooking endeavor, that might have earned you a victory point. You did not succeed on that, though. And other non-combat challenges are left to the director's discretion. So I could give you a victory point for that. But victories, I mean, do directly relate to experience, which I actually really like that mechanic. Because
Yeah.
I like all my campaigns now I run with experience, and I have my own kind of like detailed. It's not just combat; it's different things you do that.
I could see there being a way for that. Like, you know, if, for example, like considering he wasn't caught, you know,
Right.
maybe that would be considered a victory point. Or if he'd
Right.
been caught, then it wouldn't, you know, maybe
Yeah.
not. But
I think as the DM or the director, you have to kind of limit it because, like, on one
Sure.
hand, I'm like that whole thing was really cool and clever. Like, you knocked over the barrel, and as they were like walking in, you kind of shifted out. Like, I could see that being
you know, I was
The
monologuing.
monologue.
the,
for the
great monologue
distraction.
that was given. Maybe that whole scene could be one big victory. That
I
like
did
that was actually
crit.
supposed to be a lot harder than you guys made it.
I did crit
getting
on
into
the
there.
monologue, so
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, I could have awarded 1 victory for
I-
that
I
whole endeavor
shifted-
for you guys.
Through a wall.
Yeah, you shifted through a wall, and really that whole endeavor like was supposed to be quite a bit harder than you made it out to be. Like, you guys actually handled it really well.
I do have to say I really liked the breadth of different abilities that we had.
I was thinking the same thing. It was really interesting
like-
to see all the things you all could do.
I mean, I had some other abilities that I was just like, oh, I just had to line this up right, and I could do it. Like my heroic ability, my big heroic ability, is like like a line attack, and it's like a
Oh.
primordial shockwave of a line of five squares, and at one point
That's
all the
cool.
guys in the other part were in a line,
Right.
but then I was like, well, I can't get to that without possibly. I didn't want to put myself between the brawler and the end of the edge of the ship in case he tried to knock me off.
Yeah, he was definitely going to throw you on this next
Sure.
chance.
So
That was his thing, though. I mean, that's his ability.
yeah, but I did use the other one, which was pretty awesome. And then which I'd be curious if there was a way that I
There was 3 abilities that I didn't use.
Yeah.
Only one because I didn't have the opportunity to do it. I needed enough insight points. I needed 5 to be able to do it. I didn't have it.
And that's such a cool complexity to combat, though. Now you're trying to choose whether you want to save up these points to burn
Yes.
later
I
on.
mean-
I really like that.
I earned granted I rolled 3 3s in the course of combat.
It's pretty impressive, yeah.
So I mean I gained way more than I probably is average on rage points. But yeah, like I had 2 that I didn't use. One of them was a devastating rush where I basically just run forward and, do a lot of damage.
Right.
But everyone was too close for me to do that. So
Yeah, I had one I didn't realize I had till I just went back over my abilities that were like my cloak and dagger kit. If someone ends their turn adjacent to me, I can just shift 2 squares as a free action. Like if someone just gets too close, I'm like, and they end their turn, so they can come up and attack me, and I can just move out of attack range if I wanted to.
That was awesome.
The
and
other
is
was
that your triggered maneuver? Or
no, it's just
something?
a free action.
Oh, nice.
No, like I just do it. The other was a distracting pain, where if I roll a tier 2 or higher, the next attack roll against the target gains an edge. That's just a regular attack.
Nice.
I guess I should have been doing that instead of I needed to shift step away for the fade. And then the other one was an assassinate ability that does a ton of damage.
Nice.
It does 2d6 plus 8 damage for tier 1. And then beyond that, it's 2d6 plus 12, 2d6 plus 18.
I didn't realize that I should have been doing +4 damage because of my kit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Like all your damage should have been +4?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I mean, it says, on my kit, it's melee, weapon, and then damage +4. I don't think that it's reflected in my abilities already. That's what I'm saying. I don't know that it's already been added to that. Maybe it has because I didn't go through the character creation process.
Right. Yeah. We're using pre-gen characters except for Spurg with your conduit.
To see, I would have to probably go into the rules and see if the damage matches on each of the abilities to see if they added it or not. But I would assume not because, I mean, on my, if it's +4 on all of the abilities, then it would be, then they would all be 6 at a minimum. So.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, because nothing's 0 damage because everything always does damage.
So, then maybe like I said,
everything should have died probably a lot faster.
Maybe. But no, that was good. I feel like combat was decently crunchy without being too. I felt like turns would have gone a lot faster if we knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
And
that's one of the things he talks about in the stuff too is combat should go pretty quick in this game.
Well, and I mean,
and it will once
even
you
when
know
we
it.
know what we're doing in 5e, I feel like that it still takes us about as long as we took tonight to do our combat.
Yeah.
Whereas now, we were half the time we were looking stuff up. If we didn't have to look stuff up, I feel like it would have gone a lot faster.
Absolutely.
Way faster than a normal 5e combat.
Yeah, I think 3 sessions into this, your combats fly by.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, because once you've ran a few combats, I think that the combat in this would be really quick.
I'd be curious to look at some of the more magic stuff if they have especially as you level up. If you end up getting like way more spells or magic abilities or something, if it starts to add to your options, that could maybe make combat a little slower. But
that's one thing that I'm a little confused about is leveling up. Like, I don't know how the level up process works at all for players, and the bestiary that I have only has level 1 creatures and no information about how to level them up. So I don't know if there's anything built yet past level 1.
Nothing that we've been given, I don't think. Because
so everything is level 1 at this point.
This is all that we've been given.
Isn't it kind of crazy how much stuff you can do at level 1?
Yeah,
like, I don't know how many times the shadow hit the ground. Like, I think that you teleported nearly everywhere at level 1. That is awesome.
That's what I liked about it, was that I could do so many different abilities. Like I picked up the thing where I could, with the cult victim, where I can just phase through a wall if I wanted to.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Which is cool. Like, I was like, I can't open this door. They're gonna obviously turn around. It's gonna make too much noise. I was like, I picked this thing up. I can just go straight through it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then the shadow step thing from the maneuver was incredible. Like, just anytime, teleport 5 squares as a maneuver, and it didn't cost me insight. It didn't cost me anything.
Yeah, that's cool. And I mean, okay, so I mean, I would say that at this point the game is really hitting on the nose what it's trying to do. It wants you to feel like a hero.
Yeah,
and like even at level 1,
so.
you have an absolute ton you can do.
Yeah, when he did the shadow step thing, I was like, oh, okay, that's awesome. You know.
Yeah. Well, okay, so
the blade dance thing. When I hit everyone. I was trying so hard to set that up, and I was hoping for the best. I was like, this can barely. I gotta hit as many as I can.
Dude, you got 4 of them. Yeah.
Well, okay, so you guys in a single encounter with 3 players just killed 8 enemies. Like, that's like the heroism of it.
And I think too awesome. the recovery aspect of it, or like I said, you know, I tried to heal our conduit, obviously. And that didn't work because I was using a maneuver instead of an action. But like the fact that as a fury, I could use an action and heal them, essentially. You know, that, you know, we're not having to like scrimp and save for potions. We're not having to, which, I mean, I don't know, maybe there's still potions out there, but maybe instead of healing potions, it's all about the something else, you know, like ability potions or something. But and then also the ability to recover. Like if I needed to like duck down in the stairwell and recover, you know, myself, use a recovery point, is what it seems like.
Right, yeah. Just use your action to catch breath, and then...
I like that, and it makes me think of the Cosmere RPG, where they have the ability to recover mid-combat as well. Well, just being able to recover anything in the middle of combat.
Yeah, it's nice.
Is pretty cool, you know, because like it would be like if you in playing 5e, you were like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and let you roll hit dice in the middle of combat to try to get, you know, health back or something. True. So no, that's fantastic. I am excited, and the thing about this too is if you're stuck around this long or you're watching till the end, this backer test kit that we have is super basic. But there's still so much to it. But there's no graphics. It's all just like text and layout. Not even really good layout, just like text and like
they throw it there.
You know, boxes and stuff like that. And so at first, honestly, like at first, you know, it was kind of a little intimidating to be like, oh man, that's just so much wall of text to read. But then like as we got into it, like, and finally understood how to navigate, like, oh, this is an action. And like I said, knowing your resource that you're spending in combat or in whatever, that helps a lot. Yeah. Because I'm like, oh, because on the character sheet, it doesn't say, it just says cost 2. It doesn't say what it cost.
Right.
But when you go to the rules part and you look at the heroic ability, you know, for Whirlwind, it says 2 rage. So it tells you what you're spending. So
did you ever lower your rage? Do your attacks not lower what your rage is doing?
So that's the thing, right? So my my slam ability didn't use any rage. So basically, there's some like basic abilities or signature abilities that are like your signature abilities are like class specific, but they don't cost rage. So it would be, whatever. And then the heroic abilities are the ones that cost rage. So, and I did use it when I used that whirlwind. I lowered it by 3 because that cost 3. So, but I rolled a 3 to gain rage that turn, so my rage didn't go down. It just didn't go up that turn.
Right.
So.
Okay, so this is interesting. So they have, just kind of changing subjects because I was clicking through and I found how you level up. It's 9 XP takes you to level 2, then 24 takes you to level 3. But then there's also adjusted XP if you want them to like level up faster. Where it's like 4 will get you to level 2 and 12 will get you to level 3. So there's like adjusted XP for like faster level ups and stuff.
Nice.
Or there's adjusted XP for slower level ups too. But I was going to say, you had mentioned earlier that you didn't know the language you spoke. The reason that's important is because if you, other than like whatever the common language is, if you speak the same language as someone in a negotiation, it actually gives them like, I think it increases their interest and their patience if you're going to speak like their native language.
Nice.
And then like if you have renown with someone, it increases their interest. And so like the whole like negotiation system seems kind of interesting.
It's like a different kind of encounter, basically.
Yeah, it's still like an encounter, and it's almost like a puzzle. You've got to like determine their motivations and stuff. Like you can kind of determine that in character, like just in role play with them before you start a negotiation, or you can start to try to figure that out based on like their responses. Then as the director, you're supposed to respond likewise. Like if you hit a pitfall, the NPC would be like, "How dare you speak to me like that?" Or like, "How dare you assume my intentions?"
Yeah.
Or if you hit on their motivation, they'd be like, that's an interesting, it's interesting that you say that or something. And then you're supposed to kind of pick up on that and keep going in that direction to increase interest until you come to a conclusion or whatever.
Awesome. Well, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
I enjoyed it.
Definitely excited
I'll
to try it again.
Yeah.
And,
I was going to say, Spurg, I didn't really get to hear from you about the conduit and your thoughts on it.
Yeah. Tell us what you think about that real quick.
It seemed to have a nice basic heal. Those still, it does a lot of like 1/3 of your health is a lot of healing, and to be able to do that as a maneuver was nice.
Right.
And I had plenty of offense options, and in building this, the variety of domains gives a lot of flexibility in how the abilities are built.
And what was your resource points? What were they called?
Piety was my
Piety
resource.
points.
Yeah.
And did you gain them at the beginning of each turn like we did, or how'd that work?
Yeah, 2 per turn. Plus,
Okay.
I have, if I wasn't healing through a maneuver, I have a prayer maneuver that allows me to gain piety.
Cool.
That way.
Okay.
So you can
With
like quickly get.
There's a risk I could take damage if I roll too low on my prayer roll.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Interesting.
I could even end up bleeding. 1d6 damage plus bleeding until end of turn.
Fail. A prayer fail. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I had an ability that was similar, that if I failed a skill check, I could, let me find it. I could do it again. Oh, Lucky Dog was my career title. If I fail a test using any skill from the intrigue skill group, you can roll a d6, and I lose stamina equal to the roll. And improve. Why is it cut off? And improve the result of your test by 1 tier. Yeah. So if I would have done something like intrigue is the alertness, disguise, hide, pick lock, sneak.
Also, by the way, I didn't realize, or I forgot about this, even though I did read it earlier. But in helping fight the fires, I'm immune to fire.
Oh, are you really? That's awesome.
You have fire immunity 5.
As a fury or an orc?
As a,
you get it.
I don't know.
Oh,
It's part of my complication. I have fire and chaos. So my benefit is that I have fire immunity 5, And then
Yeah.
my drawback is I have cold weakness 5.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
But it comes with a little flavor story of like a great monster who breathed fire, burned your home to the ground while everything around you was consumed. You somehow stood strong amid the inferno, your body adapting to ignore the effects of the flames. So-
Okay.
So
Alright,
yeah,
cool.
that's kind of cool. But
That is really
So
cool.
you could have just grabbed that flaming spear that
yes,
stuck
and I
into the
could have
side of it.
used it as my
Oh,
and that
man.
would have been
That
your
would've
weapon for the rest
so
of the
awesome.
fight.
Yes, I would have totally used
Ah,
that.
that's man.
Holding
Well,
it by the flaming end.
If we had went further in combat, like, because really that one could like until you guys got rid of the gangplanks, the enemies
Yeah.
could have kept coming. But at certain turn intervals, they would actually have fired more ballast shots at you individually. And be cool, you could have caught one and used it. But
Yeah.
maybe
Or-
next time.
Pulled it out of the deck. Because that's the thing is that if there's one
Yeah.
on top of the deck sticking into it, I was just going to like yank it out and I was going to use it.
That would have been cool. Yeah.
So,
Oh.
no, that's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, great job, guys. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Great. Also, great role play and great ideas for stuff. So,
Yeah.
and then I like how our some of our abilities were very useful outside of combat.
Hmm.
Like I said, that freaking monologue champion was clutch.
That was awesome. Yeah.
I used it twice.
Yeah, that was
Um,
great.
I mean, technically, I didn't really use it the second time. I just was like, oh, I'm just going to monologue and convince them that it's
Right.
true.
Well, that was actually, I mean, according to like the playtest, kind of what you were supposed to do is it was expected that you would step in and like try to defend Captain Oriole.
Yeah.
Because
I
had you
figured
rolled
that was
any
the
worse,
case.
though, they'd wanted to go and search the ship.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
So, which I could have used brag, my interpersonal skills, as opposed. I
Mhm.
mean, as part of that, I guess, but I didn't use it. So
Right.
cool. Well,
That was blessed.
hey, that even though it took us longer because we paused it and other stuff, it's only been 3.5 hours on the recording. So,
Okay, so I
I
mean,
feel like
right
that's
at,
pretty good.
right at time then, yeah.
well, yes.
Well, it says it was supposed to be 2 to 3 hours. I knew there was no shot of getting it in 2 hours.
Well, that's because even Jeff, we love you, but you can't run you can't run a one shot less than 4 hours. So
No, I cannot. I don't know how to do it. I don't get it. I don't know how people do it.
he can't run a session less than 4 hours. So
No, I gave up a long time ago.
that's okay. Well, that was awesome, Jeff. Bravo on DMing, on directoring,
Directoring.
directoring or
like DMing better.
directioning.
Yeah.
I say GMing, game mastering.
Yeah, there we go. I like it.
But that's because I started in Star Wars as opposed to D&D. So.
Yeah, I still say DMing because I started in D&D.
All right. Well, for those watching the recording, thank you for sticking around this long. You're crazy, but if you have not given our channel a like or subscribe, please do that. It helps us out greatly. And let us know in the comments what you think of Draw Still. Let us know where we stumbled over things. Again, this was a learning experience for us.
Oh, yeah.
And Jeff and I will have take some more notes down and have a critical review
Indeed.
in our next episode, which will be our final episode of the season, Jeff, if you did not see that.
Yes, I did see that.
So, all right. Well, thanks again. Good night. God bless.